came. So you were never friends with either of them. You kind of just were like,
oh, I ended up becoming friends with Logan.
okay.
Yeah.
So he was like cool and stuff like that.
Yeah, I didn't love David. He asked me on his little podcast blog thing or whatever.
Podcast?
Like
a blog.
His blog thing.
Welcome back to Just Trish, and I probably have never been more excited for this guest today. It's the one and only Riley Reid.
Hi.
I have the most notes on you of anyone. I think I've done like 20 note cards. Usually I have like 3 or 4. I did 20 because everything you do and say is so fascinating. I'm so excited for you to be here.
Oh, I'm so excited to be here. Thank you for having me.
Oh my gosh, you're kind of everywhere, which I love. I love seeing your different energy on different podcasts because you can match energy so well with people. It's so good. Like I watched you on No Jumper, then I watched you on Whitney, and it's like
those are also very different very different versions of me.
Oh, right, versions. Yeah, because they were pretty close, and I was like, wow,
No, like I think No Jumper is like
you had a baby. I know you were talking about your C-section on there.
Oh, yeah. I guess
maybe it wasn't No Jumper.
No, yeah, I've done a lot of the No Jumper ones.
It was just Adam by himself. So I don't know if that's No Jumper or.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, you're right.
You were like in sweatpants.
I was like, I've done so many, I forget.
You are like the podcast queen. Like you're on so many, and you always have been. Like I think you're like the OG like porn star onto podcast.
Yeah,
because you were like on Impulsive. That was like put Impulsive on the map. Like I never watched it before you were on there.
Oh yeah,
and like your moments are like every podcast you do is like there's some like Riley Reid moment.
Yeah, no, I mean I was like stoked to start doing podcasts because I was tired of like people's idea of me in porn because I play this character, and so like I was like I am more than just this one character that you see reading a script and following her lines for the day. And so it's like I wanted to start doing it and being given the opportunity. I was like, oh hell yeah, like this gives me a voice
and your personality and all of that. Because like I feel like especially as a girl, like you watch girls. Well, when I was younger, I'd watch you and I'd be like, it's like a porn star. Like you were in David's vlogs a lot. Like right before I got in there. And I remember being like so like, what's the word? I guess maybe jealous or just maybe insecure because I was like, oh man, they're shooting with Riley. Like I feel so insecure. So seeing your personality, I'm like, oh no, you're like not as intimidating, you know?
No, I think I'm pretty normal.
Yeah, you hear like porn star and you think like, oh my gosh, like so. I remember the first time I met you, I was so intimidated. I still am intimidated.
That's so funny.
Oh, I was so intimidated.
I think you're intimidating.
No, not at all. Oh my god, when we did OF, I remember thinking I only did it with 2 girls, you and Lena, which is like literally like the MVP. It's like recording a song with Brittany and Christina. And I was just like, oh my God, it was the most nerve-wracking thing ever.
I had so much fun that day. We did the Powerpuff Girls.
Those were fun. Those were so much fun because costumes. And what was fun about that is because I never did like porn sets or anything. I always wanted to, but I always thought like there wasn't a place for like chubby chicks in porn. I now know there is. But I just thought those were fun because it was literally just us and like a tripod, which is like casual.
Yeah, I loved it as well. And like that was the era of like the different like identity claim of porn and women being in control of their bodies and the type of content they shoot and who they're shooting with. So it was like really fun for me to also shoot with you and expand myself outside of just like the girls I get booked with. And I was like, no, like she's cute. I want to shoot with her. Lena has talked very highly of her. So she sounds like she has a great personality. So I was like, let's have sex and make money while we do it.
No, that was huge. That I always talk about my 3 months doing porn being the best months ever because I made money. I was able to buy a house. I was like, this is the best decision
you have
ever.
A beautiful house.
Thank you. I never could save money before that. And then quarantine happened and I couldn't do anything. And I was like, this is the best thing ever. And then I met my husband like 3 months later and I was like, oh man, okay, let me just like retire from my porn career. But it was fun. I had fun. And I like doing it with girls. I did it. I had a couple guys and I'm just like, the girls were funner for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's always so much more fun with the ladies. Like,
they're just like fun and
it's like slumber party with
Yes.
Like, it's so fun.
That's exactly how I would describe it. And then costumes and glam.
Yeah.
It's just girly vibes. When did you transition to OF?
Pretty much like around COVID time. So OF has been around for a long time. Like, I've heard of girls using OF and actually trying to recruit me into OF, but like that was like maybe like 2016, 17 or something like that. And like at that time I had like my own website. So I like developed my own website and had my own thing. It was like RileyReid.com, readmylips.com. And like, that was what you did back in the day. You have like your porn sites.
Memberships, right?
Yeah, you have your membership websites. And OF was around, but like not many people knew about it. And I wasn't really until like, I think like the Snapchat game. You remember how like there was like everyone had private Snapchat?
I did that too through Patreon and selling it. Yeah.
So like shortly after the private Snapchat and it started to die out, OnlyFans is what started to like pick up when the private Snapchat was dying, and then quarantine happened and everything. And I think it just being like this central hub of like a Twitter, it's like the same website link and you just add your little girl's name at the end.
Right.
And so it just makes it so it's like a hub for everyone to be on. And it makes it like, I think like where users feel safe, their payments are already on there. It just makes it so accessible.
Yeah.
And so like I felt really sad that I didn't join earlier because I had my own other separate membership sites and I wish I would have taken advantage of that. But now I think I've been on it. I started in 2017, but I didn't start officially posting until like 2019.
Oh, wow. Okay. So before quarantine, you were on there.
Yeah. But not like really on it because I had my other site.
So what, do you still have the other site now?
Yeah.
Okay, so you do both, and you do memberships to both?
Yeah, I mean, it's just basically the same content released on different, like, scheduled platforms and whatnot, but, yeah.
You're so smart with
I just have it kind of everywhere, because every user is different, and, like, you have to think, like, you have people who are older on a different type of platform, younger who on this new age platform and everything, so you kind of want to, like, reach your different demographics.
Right. That's true. I didn't think about that because I feel like membership sites are like not a thing, but I guess people who are older probably are like just accustomed to it.
Yeah, people are exactly.
Yeah.
And then you have like fetish people, so you may want to put your content on like a fetish site for any of like your fetish type stuff because then those people will see you.
Do you do like paid for clips? Have you done those? Those like clip for sale?
I've done those like years ago. Yeah,
I remember those were like a big thing too.
Yeah.
Do you still make content or you just sell old content now?
No, I still make content.
Wow, that's great. How is that since like becoming a mom?
Well, it's been different and like I actually missed shooting content the way I used to. And so like now because I'm a mom, my schedule availability is like so much more slim. And like when I used to shoot, I'd be doing like 16-hour days like on set because I'm like building a set and I'm shooting like this whole like themed thing with a script and a concept and everything. And so now it's kind of just like basic iPhone. I'm not really hiring like a camera crew anymore.
Wow.
I'm not hiring like a PA with like setting up lights and sound and stuff.
Yeah.
So like I kind of want to get back into that because I miss being able to be like super creative in that regard. And so like I'm wanting that. But right now I've just kind of like I'm doing like I have an agency, I have Ash Agency. So like now when I'm shooting, it's like just shooting to help promote the girls. And a lot of it is like iPhone content because I'm promoting them on like Instagram and stuff like that.
Do you now get any trouble on Instagram? Because I've gotten 3 of my Instagram taken down.
Just deleted the other day and I got it back, thank
Oh
God.
my God. I never was able to get I'm Trisha Paytas backup because I used all my Trisha Paytas accounts. Like they just kept deleting it and I would not even do anything crazy. I was like,
honestly, I don't know. I don't know the Instagram game. I don't know. I wish I did.
They're like haters over there.
Yeah. I always say that like someone's wife there is pissed that their husband loves me and I'm really sorry.
Keep getting deleted.
I'm sorry. I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know.
Because I think I do follow different ones. I think I'm like Let Riley Live is one, but then there's some, didn't you have like Hello?
Yeah, I have Hello Riley Reid. That's like my backup one because I had that one for like maybe 6 to 9 months as I was trying to get my Let Riley Live. What I did is I sent an appeal letter every day.
No way.
I had it copy and paste it, sent it every day for 6 months, and then I finally got my account back.
Just an Instagram like email, just like a support email?
The support email, yeah. Harass the shit out of those people.
Oh man,
persistence is key.
I need to do that. I want my original Trisha Paytas back.
Just like, copy and paste. You just copy, save it in your notes, and then you just send that same email every day.
Wow! Oh my gosh! And you did it yourself? You just did
one of my assistants
I don't think I have the patience to do that.
No, I don't. I have my assistant do it, but it was just like one of her daily tasks, where it just takes like 5 minutes, and 6 months later, I got it back, so it was worth it.
Wow! And then you said you just got deleted again, and you got it back.
Yeah, I was deleted for a day, and then I got it back. Thank God.
That's crazy. Yeah, because even if you try to promote like Linktree or your ex account, like they just are like. They take it away. I'm just like, I just gave up.
Yeah, I don't really promote much there anymore. I kind of like just try to promote the other girls and stuff.
Oh, like their Instagrams and stuff like that.
So that they can try to figure out a way to like build themselves. Obviously, like I posted photos on OnlyFans, I posted on Twitter and Instagram, but
yeah, those help a lot. I mean, when you post, it's crazy. I remember our collaboration. I was like, wow, I got so many followers, and it's insane. Like you think I collab with so many social media people and you get followers, but nothing compared to like collabing with you on there. So all your girls must be making bank.
Yeah, I feel very lucky. Thank you to all my fans. You guys support me so good, and I feel very honored that when I'm like, go follow her, because I usually generally mean it.
Yeah.
And my fans are like, yeah, we want to follow her because we like Riley's friends. We support the community.
I love that. I love that you have a community. It really is. Like people who just love you and trust you. That's like hard to build, especially in that world where people.
I don't know how it happened. It just happened.
I think you just have that personality. Yeah. It really is.
I think it helped. I did a lot of AVN conventions, going to Vegas and meeting the fans. Like
in person.
Yeah.
Before quarantine.
Yeah. Like there's some I know by name. I don't know if Walter, if you're going to watch this.
Hi, Walter.
I remember you, Walter.
Wow, that's amazing. The fact that you can remember all them and you interact.
Walter, I know some of them by their face. Like I've seen them for the last 10 years. Like,
really?
I know who they are.
How long have you done this for? Like adult work?
Since I was 19, and
you're
I'm 32.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Do you think you'll ever retire? You think you'll do it forever?
I think I'm going to retire at some point.
You won't be like MILF for doing it or anything, 40-year-old, 50?
Probably not.
No.
Just because also like...
New genre.
I mean, it's not that I don't want to do it. I just feel like I want to busy myself with other things, and I've already started busying myself with other things that it's like, it's not necessarily that's like what I'm as passionate about. Like, I think I would love to like direct girls and stuff like that and things like, and I am becoming more so like insecure in front of the camera. I'm getting older and stuff like that. Yeah.
Because you still look like you could never be a MILF because you still look like a child. Like you still look so young, you know?
Yeah, they always say you're a boob job away from being a MILF.
Yeah, I guess like your body alone gives you just like young energy, which is kind of in right now. Like I'm trying to get my implants out because I feel like now it's better to just not, the implant look is like so 2007, like no one likes them anymore.
I don't know. I think people still like them.
Really?
But maybe it's just you becoming a new version of yourself. And
maybe.
You know.
I'm just like, I don't think I need these giant implants anymore, you know? It was like definitely the thing, but.
I mean, they look great.
No, they're like saggy.
I love big titties, but that's probably because I have nothing. So it's like when I'm looking up stuff or pictures of girls, I always look up big, giant boobs.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
How funny.
Yeah.
Oh my. I feel like most guys I talk to now, they like just a smaller chest. Like every guy I've like talked to is like not recent, obviously I'm married, but like before that,
I don't know, because a lot of times, even when I was shooting adult videos, I was like, people may say they like small boobs, but they don't touch them, okay?
Like girls or guys?
But like, usually guys. Yeah.
Really?
But typically both. Like
maybe they don't know what to do with them. Because they squeeze big ones. They squeeze them and I'm like,
exactly. I know what to do with them, you know? So it's like, I just feel like when you have natural or just bigger boobs in general, natural or not, like people they gravitate towards them. When they're small, you don't gravitate as much. You just gravitate down to the nether regions.
That's true, I guess. Which is kind of worse. I like it better down there anyways. Up here,
I like some foreplay.
Right, a little bit of,
when you go straight to the action, I'm like, wait.
Yeah,
where's the intro scene? I need a little dialogue.
Oh my God, do you actually, like in your personal life, do you like a little?
Oh, I mean, I do love dialogue.
Do you?
Yeah.
You talk? We never talk. We're so silent.
I mean, we do talk, but I can't talk too much because then it just happens too quickly.
Oh, really? Like role play or like dirty talk?
Just both.
Oh my gosh, that's so funny.
Yeah.
So you're like, okay, I'll be quiet for a minute.
Sometimes it's like, okay.
Wow, it's because you're so good. And you're like, because you've done it for so long as a professional, it's just like, you're so good at it. Like, it's
I don't know if there's kinks in it as well. Like, I don't know, maybe because I'm American, my husband's not. Like, I don't know if there's anything like that.
Well, that's like a kink. I know for me to him, I love like a foreign accent. Like, I love it. Like, we watch 90 Day Fiance, and I always have him. I'm like, let's pretend I'm getting off the plane and you're meeting me for the first time. Like, I love that. That's right. He's from Latvia, right?
Yeah.
Where is that?
It's like right next to like Lithuania area. It's like, it's bordered with Russia-ish. Like, it's kind of like, it used to be a part of the USSR.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because Pasha, it sounds kind of Russian a little bit.
Yeah, he speaks Russian.
Oh, okay. Is that what they speak in Latvia?
Yeah, well, they speak Latvian.
No way.
But it used to be a part of the USSR where they spoke Russian, and then in 1992 it became Latvia, and now they try to do all the whole Latvian tradition.
You're so smart. You know the whole history of it.
My daughter's Latvian. I have to learn.
Yeah. Are you learning Russian?
Da.
Oh my gosh. That's so cool.
Меня зовут Ashley.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. What else do you know? I love foreign languages.
I know слушай меня сейчас, сука, means listen to me right now, bitch.
Oh. It sounded sexy the way you said it.
I know. Я не знаю, я не понимаю. I know a little bit. I can say like some basic stuff with my daughter where we say like смотри for like look or садись for sit.
Oh my God. Does he speak
сюда.
it?
Yeah, he speaks
To
Russian.
her.
Yeah.
Oh my God, so cute.
Yeah.
I love foreign languages just in general. I just think they're so cool. And because I'm American too, I'm kind of like, I feel like I have no culture. I'm from like the Midwest, so I have no culture, nothing. So I like gravitate
You
toward.
have Midwest culture, girl.
What is Midwest culture?
What are you talking
Roseanne.
about? Like
Doritos.
I feel like American culture is what everyone loves.
Really?
Yes, of course.
Like what? What's like exciting about Americans?
We're American.
Yeah, I
Like,
get it.
I don't know. Like, I feel like it's just like one Hollywood. So, like, the
Right.
Hollywood movie scope and everything is just always usually sent in the American society. And it's like following, like, when you're watching like high school things, it's like a lot of times when I'm watching the high school movies, I'm like, my high school was kind of like that.
Really?
Like, yeah.
Where'd you grow up?
Florida.
Oh, wow. Well, that's a whole other culture into itself.
Yeah.
So you had that cool experience of high school. We didn't have cool high schools like in the movies.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
like, but
No,
they do
I
like it.
did.
Interesting. What part of Florida?
I'm from South Florida. I was born in Miami. I grew up in like Fort Lauderdale.
No,
Miami.
so you were with all the action. You have excitement in
Yeah.
you because that's like fun and exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I feel like you're right. Like when you meet someone from outside the country, they get like excited about America. And I was like, I should be more excited about it. Would you go live in Latvia?
Probably not.
Never?
I've never been, but I don't know if I would live there. But also, like, I don't speak the language and I would feel so out of place and it would be like really difficult to acclimate to that. But
Yeah.
and I don't know if I could do it work wise. I'm like such a busy working person. So, like, I feel like I wouldn't be able to thrive out there.
Yeah. I also think it's like, it's illegal in some countries to like do. I know we went to the Maldives and they said it was like illegal to have like an OF over there.
Oh.
I was like really scared because like the haters are trying to like report me. It's like a Muslim country or something, and like they don't allow like any adult actors over there or something. I don't know. I was like so scared because people were trying to report me and you could like go to prison for like life if you do anything.
Oh my gosh, that's
Yeah.
really scary.
I know. So I was like, oh, don't even take a nude photo of me or anything because I was so scared to get
Yeah.
arrested. But I guess like Europeans more like forward.
Yeah,
They just,
I don't think that they would mind about shooting adult content there,
Yeah.
but I just don't know if I would be able to do it just because like it's just so far away and different and
Yeah.
foreign, and like I've lived in Florida to like Miami to California, LA.
Yeah.
Like I've not left Florida basically.
Right.
Like it's tropical, sunny weather.
Yeah.
I've seen snow once in my entire
No
life.
way.
Like
Where were you? Where'd you see it?
that's when I was feature dancing. I think I was in like Pittsburgh.
Wow.
Yeah. So it was like when I was dancing at strip clubs and stuff.
Yeah.
And so
Oh my gosh, that's crazy. How long has Pasha been over here for?
right before COVID, he came.
Okay.
And so he's kind of lived all throughout like the world. He lived in China at one point, Thailand, Bali.
Oh,
and-
wow. Because he does like parkour?
yeah, he does parkour.
Is that how you would describe it? Because I see him do the flips. I'm like, I don't know what that
Yeah,
is.
yeah, he does parkour. He also does stunt work in movies and stuff. So he's about to
Wow.
be in a movie. Well, he'll be gone for 2 months.
That's crazy. Are you going to go visit or are you going to stay here? Because you have to work
Probably
too.
not,
Yeah.
because like I don't want to go on a plane with a baby by myself.
Oh,
I'm like, if
that's
I'm
so
gonna
much
do that, my husband is gonna be sitting right next to me.
Yes.
Like-
No, for sure. How people do it by themselves or with 2 babies. I'm like, even going out of the house by myself with my baby, I just get scared. I'm like, what if someone kidnaps us or
Yeah,
something?
I have not left the house alone with her. I haven't
Me
taken her
neither.
alone in the car.
Me neither. And people
Yeah.
are like, oh, Trisha never leaves without Moses. I'm like, yeah, because like, people are weird out there. Like, I'm not going with my baby to the grocery store. Like, they're going to like
Yeah.
snatch her or something.
Yeah.
It's just like a scary world. That's smart. It's smart. And to go on a plane, oh my God, especially overseas, it would be.
Yeah, and to a country that I don't speak the language or read it, I would like that. I'd be like, Emma, do you understand any of
She
this?
might, because kids pick it up, you know?
Yeah, she knows some. So I would be like, Emma, can you talk to the air stewardess for me? Like,
That'd be wild. She just starts speaking.
2-year-old baby giving me directions.
She could be. She could be. The babies who know 2 languages turn out to be super geniuses, like super smart.
Oh yeah, my goal is 4 languages with her.
No, what
We're-
other languages?
She's doing Spanish and sign language. So we're
Who's
doing
teaching her sign language?
I'm doing the sign language, and I don't speak it fluently or anything.
Right.
But I'm learning every day. I'm teaching myself at least like 10 new words
No
a day.
way.
And so I'm teaching her that. And then her nanny is speaks only Spanish.
That's amazing.
Even to us, she doesn't speak English. So
oh my God, that's cool. So you learn it then?
No.
I want to learn Spanish so bad. It's such a cool language.
I would love to, but I'd rather learn Russian.
Yeah, because then he can speak it with his family and stuff like that. Do they come over and visit?
They have a couple of times.
And then you can speak. That's why I wanted to learn it. I did like a Ulpan, like a Hebrew class this summer. And like no one speaks Hebrew. It's like the smallest country ever, but it's like I wanted to learn it, just to like speak with his family and stuff.
Is Malibu going to?
Yeah, she listens to like all her cartoons in the morning with Hebrew and stuff.
Okay,
like she'll probably learn it better than me. She speaks to his family in Hebrew.
Okay, good.
Which is cool because I never learned two languages. I
have to say, I'm obsessed with your guys' TikToks of her singing. I am like...
It's so cute. It's my dream.
I was like, I need to come over and see her go, yeah. I was like, she's a singer.
Is she? Because I don't know if that's
my
normal.
baby does not do that.
Really?
No.
Okay.
Your baby is a singer.
Okay,
no, your baby is a singer. Because like Emma will like sing, but like your baby sings.
Really?
Like, no,
okay, good.
Yeah,
that's like my dream. I was just like, I love singing.
Your baby's a singer. You got it. Like
she sings all the time.
Manifested it.
Yeah, no, for real. When I was pregnant with her, I sing all the time anyways around the house. I'm not a good singer, but I sing all the time. And then when I was pregnant with her, I sang a lot. So when she came out, she just started singing, and I was like, oh my gosh, are you singing?
Yes.
And she like harmonizes better than me. She like matched my key.
Yeah, it's incredible. I was
Thank you.
I watch it every once in a while because I was like, it brings me joy. I was like, look at this cute little baby singing. It's so cool.
That's so neat to hear. I love that. I know we should have a play date because your daughter,
please.
How old is she? She's 14 months?
16 months almost.
So you had her in July?
June 7th.
Oh, and did you just post like way late? Like you posted?
Yeah, we waited a couple of months before we like made the announcement because I don't know, crazy shit happens, and I was like, I don't want to post, and then some really sad and horrible dramatic thing happens, and so we didn't want to like any bad energy because like I was pregnant before we told my friends and family, and then like I had a miscarriage and stuff, and so like I was just like I need to like be careful on like how I share this energy and I know my audience, I know my line of work, I know that people were going to be sending a lot of bad energy. So I was like, I'm not going to like wait. I'm going to wait to share this for a couple of months until like we have like a family dynamic established and we're happy and we're healthy. And like, I think she was maybe like 3 months old when we made the announcement.
Because you waited also to announce your pregnancy. It was like a month before you gave birth, right?
I think I pretty much announced it at the same time. I was like, hey, I was pregnant and I had my baby.
That's what was so shocking because you hadn't posted a lot. Like you had just gotten married, like what, a year before? It was like a year. Did you get pregnant right away? Or were you pregnant when you got married?
We got married in June and then I got pregnant in like end of September, October.
Okay, so it was really fast. Because I remember that. I was like, you got married, and then all of a sudden it was like, I didn't really like, you were living your married life. And then I was like, oh, I'm pregnant. And you had like a big belly. And I was like, oh my gosh, like that's crazy. So why did you wait just for... Same reason?
Because I had a miscarriage before. Yeah. So I was just like, I want to like just keep it private and everything.
Man. So you had to tell everybody and
I mean, we kept it like we told like our friends and stuff like that, and like a couple of girls I told here and there, and those who I saw that were pregnant, I was like, hey, I'm also pregnant.
Yeah, that's so exciting when you're pregnant at the same time as someone else. Yeah, it's so much fun because then you're just like, okay, we're all pregnant at the same time.
It was. I didn't get much of that, sadly, but it was okay.
Yeah, because you were. Well, I mean, you just played it smart because it is a weird thing, and I
just
saw on your TikTok
your energy.
Especially when I was pregnant too. Same thing. Yeah. I just stayed away from everything. I'm like, I'm just gonna like be at peace with this because people are mean. I saw your TikTok where you were like, if you guys are making fun of a baby, like it's a baby, and they do. It's like my daughter had a birthmark, and like the first thing they said was like, oh, she didn't get a perfect baby, and she has this one. I'm like, people are psychotic.
Yeah, people are just mean and like vicious, and so like now I just don't even post her face. I like archived all of the photos of her face and stuff like that because I was like, you know what? Like a lot of people are just like really mean and like not kind and whatnot, and like I don't want to like bring her up and like these people just not being nice to her and stuff. So it's like we like show her, but like just like not her face to protect like her and her own personal identity because I was like sadly like most of my fans just are not as nice as I would like them to be.
That's so crazy. And they're your fans, not like haters.
Yeah.
I guess that's where I get torn because it's like, I just want to show her.
Because they're a fan of me being an adult performer.
Right.
And so they're always so like, keep your mom life separate, blah, 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 blah.
Interesting.
And I'm just like, why like, why can't I just be myself? As well as like my Instagram isn't my adult site.
Right.
My daughter is not on my adult sites. Like, and she's not anywhere on my Twitter because my Twitter is an adult website. So she's like never on my Twitter. But like Instagram, I was like, that's like why can the Kim Kardashians, why can they post like hot bikini photos and then like family photos? Like I should be able to do the same thing.
Yeah,
like,
the double standard is real because they'll be in bikinis with each other. You know, the Kardashians, and then like you post the kids and they get like praised for it. Yeah. It's a double standard. And I think just in general, like adult performers in general just get that stigma. Even if they're just people on OF, just casual or full-time porn stars, it's just, or anything. In general, too, for me, I don't even post or I don't advertise my OF, but like people still come for me for having one, period, because it still runs and stuff like that. Yeah. It's just such a weird thing. I'm just like, why can't you do both? Especially like you said, you keep it separate. It's not like... I don't know.
Yeah. And it's like, especially it's like the way I am with my daughter, the way I present myself with her. It's like, I'm always like dressed very good. You know, I'm not like being like this hoochie mama in front of my daughter or whatever. And so it's just like, I don't know. I just don't love how people just have such closed-minded approaches and they assume that just because you look a certain way and you dress a certain way that you should, and now you have a child, that you should behave completely different. And it's like, why can I not just like be myself when I know that she's exposed to like healthy things? Like she's not exposed to dangerous activities or things. So it's like,
and what are you supposed to do? Like not work? Like you're going to quit your job and stuff like that just because, and she has like a great life. I saw her birthday party and it's like, she has to have all these great things in life and stuff like that. People are just, they can't separate the two. And it's just such a different, especially the way you do it. You're so professional with your work. Like you really are. You like show up. It's like this, it's not like just, you know.
Yeah. I take my job really seriously. And like, I definitely take the ability to like grow and expand my opportunities and stuff. So it's like I have this like marketing agency. I don't know if many people know about it or whatever because people think that I just do like adult entertainment and stuff like that. Like there's like other things where now I have like a tech team where we like built this fan scout. It's like a trip advisor for OnlyFans. And now we have like this like AI website that's about to come out, Clona, where you can talk to like AI Riley and Lena's going to be a part of the launch and you can talk to AI Lena. And so it's like people don't know that like I'm also like developing all of these other things.
They don't want to see it. They don't want to.
They don't want to see.
They want you to be dumb, cute,
They don't want to see me in the computer typing until like 2 a.m. working and doing all these things.
Are you hands on with it, with the tech stuff too?
I mean, like not with like development, but like with like teaching the AI and like training the AI and like working with it and testing certain things. Like I was like, we need to make sure the AI doesn't encourage like self-harm because like I know some guys want to stick things in their penis holes, but I was like, my AI is not going to encourage any weird sexual mutilation.
Oh my god, I didn't even think about that.
Because you guys control
to that kinky stuff. Well, and beyond that, they want to like have you be skeleton or something like that. They want you. It's crazy. I didn't think about. So you can train it not to do certain things.
Yeah, interesting. And certain things like we're having to train it because it was like saying that one of my dog's name was Max, and I was like, nope, my dog is not named Max. And I was like, look at this AI with its American stereotypes saying that I have a dog named Max.
How did that even come up? It just like creates it.
I don't know.
Because you're like American and cute.
I guess. I was thinking AI's got some stereotypes.
Oh my god, that's what's scary about AI. Like I love it, but I see it and I'm like, oh my god, this looks so intense.
It's
like
definitely really interesting, and it's like when we're training it, I'm like asking it, it's like, what's my address? Like
what does it reply?
Oh, it's like I don't share this type of personal information and things, and I'm like, okay.
That's so. Is it like sexual or is it like anybody, like friendship?
The goal is for it to be companionship of all types.
Okay.
We do obviously like are leading in sexual because I'm an adult star, but like our goal is to be able to bring on like mainstream people where it's just like a companionship factor, and then they're just getting some sort of like residual income. So like it's kind of the concept is also kind of like my fleshlight. I have a fleshlight. I molded once, and now I make residual sales for the rest of my life. So we're trying to like expand opportunities for our content creators, as well as like we want to keep up with the times. AI technology is happening. AI porn is happening. So it's
AI porn.
It's going to be a thing.
Like they can't feel yet though. Like your fleshlight in AI. Like what it was.
No, but I mean like when you're watching a video, like you're not going to have to hire 2 actresses to shoot the scene like it's going to come.
Oh my god.
So it's like we need to try to be ahead of the curve.
That's crazy.
And we want to be able to be a part of it, and like there's the only way to do it is to join. And so we're hoping that being on early on can help pave this path of like companionship in AI and whatnot.
Where's it gonna live on?
Well, it's on a website called Clona.com.
Clona. Is it yours or is it part of someone else's?
So I'm one of the owners of the company.
Wow. So so you have Ash Agency, you have Clona, you have your 18 plus clothing, you're on OF, you have your website.
I have a production company.
Oh my gosh. What's your production company called?
It's just Bacon Booty LLC, but we're doing the transition to natural bodies.
I like that. Wait, was it Bacon Booty?
Yeah, Bacon Booty.
When you call like your bank and they're like, what's the name of your business?
Yep, Bacon Booty LLC.
Yes. Do they ask what you do?
Yes.
They always ask, yeah. And I'm like, that's so personal. Do you tell them?
No, I always tell them that I work in like some bacon spoof company because I don't want them to ever know that I do porn and the bank calls up random drama. There's a lot of money in there. I'm like a platinum member. That's all they have to see.
Yeah, they're probably like, wow, bacon is really good. The bacon parody industry.
Yeah, exactly. They're like, oh,
wow. That's crazy. Where did you come up with, how do you have this entrepreneurial spirit? Is it in your family or is it just like you?
It was honestly, I think a lot of it is spitefully driven.
Interesting.
And so I am a very spitefully driven woman and it's given me a lot of success in life.
Wow. The spite did it.
Yeah, spite did it.
In a way, that's good, right? Like it drives you.
I think so. It's definitely not good, but it's also it's a driving force within me. So like different things were like I got into the adult industry. I had a boyfriend at the time, and he like helped kind of like build my career with me. And he's a predominant figure in the industry. And so he was like, let's make a website together. And so I was like, sure, that sounds so fun. And he was like, let's do this and we're going to shoot these scenes and and we're splitting the proceeds here and here. And then like, as I started to shoot more content and like, I wanted to become more involved and I started to realize how I could become creative. I started learning how sets run and everything through experience. And I was like, oh, like, can we change like and I started having identity. I was like, can we change the design of the website to look more like what I want it to look like? And can we like do all these things? And then like our relationship started to fall apart and he kind of just like he took RileyReid.com and owned it and he would not give it to me.
Oh my god.
He wouldn't give it to me and he was trying to get me to pay him like $7,000 for it.
Early on. This is like before you did anything.
I've already started porn at this time.
Okay,
he was in the industry. That's how I met him and everything. And I remember being like so upset because like I didn't ever ask him to do the website for me or anything. He was like, do you want to do a website? And I was like, yeah, let's do it.
Oh my god.
And so he just totally took advantage of me and it made me really, really sad and really gross and he wouldn't give me RileyReid.com.
Did you pay him?
And no.
Okay, good for you.
I was like, you mother... I don't need you. I don't need my name, RileyReid.com. I was like, I'm readmylips.com. And I went publicly on social media and I was like, I do not own this website. Do not support this website. Blah, 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 blah.
Wow.
Because I was livid that he was trying to take that from me and then keep it where he's like, you can just keep giving me the content and I'll just like upload it so that I'm splitting the 50-50
with
proceeds.
him. He was getting, ew.
Yeah, it was really not nice and it was really, really gross.
Ew.
And I was at that point of my career where I was like, I need to start claiming ownership and making residual incomes because all these companies are making money off of me. Yeah. So like, I need to have a website where I own my content and I have content that I own since 2015. I've been shooting content for years. So I have so much content. And so he drove me and I was like, at that point I was kind of like, all the porn people. So I like found like a third party like payment processor. I found like a way to develop my website. I used all these other like my streaming broadcasting was actually like a sports streaming broadcasting that I integrated onto my website because it wasn't like a porn thing. But I was like, I'm not using porn because porn takes such high percentages because of that before OnlyFans and all that stuff. Your website was taking at least like 60% of your money and the girl's making 40% because the studio would take everything. Yeah. And so I was like, I'm doing my website and I'm going to find ways to make the costs less. And like I found all these other little small websites and they were like excited to work with me. So it worked out. And then eventually I grew and I found my way. But yeah, I was driven because some motherfucker wanted to keep my shit and try to make money off me. And I was like, no, sir, you are not going to.
Good for for you.
Yeah.
That's amazing because it's so hard when you feel like defeated when someone does that to you.
And
like,
he was a powerful force in the industry as well. And I'm not a programmer. Like my dad taught me the most basic programming and everything. So it's like, I don't know that stuff. And I was like, you know what? I have to learn and I have to teach myself how to do this stuff so that I can succeed in life.
And it's so hard, like tech stuff, even streaming. I
It was
remember
hard.
streaming's so hard to get on like any website. It's expensive. It's hard. It's all of that.
Trying to build on like WordPress, even being template based and everything is fucking hard.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know how you came up with that. I mean, that's like, I don't know any other girl. I still want to know.
Spite drove me. And honestly, like I even remember like my brain, like when I was learning all this stuff, I was like, I could feel my brain growing. And I was like, I love all this spiteful motivation. Like
that's smart. That's also just intellect. Like not anyone can do that. Like to learn to teach yourself is so difficult.
Yeah.
That's crazy. You said your dad was a programmer?
Yeah.
So you kind of knew a little bit with him.
He's super tech savvy. So like I knew that it was capable.
Right.
And whether that I was able to do it or not, I was like, it can be done. So like I need to figure this shit out.
Did he ever help you with it at all? Like your
No,
site?
oh my God, no.
Does he know what you do or anything?
He knows. I would never ask him. I'd be like, Dad.
Well, you can just be like, it's where you don't have to show him what you're streaming. Be like, I just need help getting something streaming. I know, having the conversation. I don't think my dad's never asked me, but I feel like he probably found out somewhere because people are weird. They would send like my nudes to like, they'll find his phone number and send it to them.
Why do people do that?
I don't know. I'm like, you guys are like a freak. They'll do it to my random people that I don't even know. I'm just like, you guys are so sick.
It's weird.
Yeah. So they get like, my family will get random like nudes of me, or they'll do it on like X too. They like send random nudes and I'm just like, ugh, people are just so messed up. Like, what's the point? And with X now too, I feel like everything's just like a free for all in there. So people can just go harass people with my nudes and weird shit.
Do we not call it Twitter anymore? Fuck.
I don't know. I've been trying to transition.
God damn it.
X is kind of like hot though. It's kind of like a porn. It's kind of like X.
I mean, yeah, it is hot, but it's like it's just in my ingrained.
I know. How are we gonna like rebrand? I think it'll happen. It's like Facebook being Meta. People.
Who calls Facebook Meta?
Yeah, right. Isn't that it? It's now Meta. Yeah, you're so.
Do you go to meta.com or you go to facebook.com?
Meta.com? Oh, but they call it Meta, right?
Okay.
That's how I feel. That's how my head says it. That'd be like one day if you just rebrand completely to Ashley.
Yeah. But I was like, okay, I'm Ashley Pepkins.
I love it. I actually did not know you. I knew you had a real name. I didn't know your real name until I watched you yesterday on all these podcasts, and I think it was on Adam's where you're like, I'm Ashley. Like you call me Riley, and I'm Ashley. I was like, oh my God, I didn't even think about that.
Because Adam signed my baby shower card to Riley, and I was like, Adam, this is not appropriate.
That's so funny. Maybe he doesn't know, because I think to me you're like, because Riley also sounds like a real name. It sounds like your real name, you know. So, but
I think it carries. It fits me as
totally.
well.
No, it's such a cute name. I love the name, but I love the name Ashley too.
Yeah, thank you.
It's so cute. And Ash Agency is like catchy and cute.
Yeah.
So is that like, is Ash Agency like, how do you help promote girls? Is that the main thing? What's the other draw of it?
So we try to do like brand deals and like help like with marketing and PR and like building the brands, as well as like management for any of like their content sites, or helping them get like sex toy brand deals and podcasts or things like that. We kind of just like help them in their career overall and help to like build them more and like show them that they should have streams of revenue in multiple different places as well, and try to help encourage that and stuff.
So you kind of manage.
Yeah,
like
kind of. Yeah.
Yeah, to like help them with those kind of things.
Yeah, we kind of just like, kind of like manage. We just present it. And they just choose what they want to do and whatnot.
That's amazing. That's such a cool like pivot for you. It's like insane. And then the clothing line, 18 plus, is also like,
that was super weird and different. Like out of my field.
Where did it come from? Because starting clothing is so hard.
I honestly wish I didn't start it.
Wait, why?
Just because it is so hard.
So difficult. The manufacturing
it's really hard. It took us like over 2 years and we did it during COVID, so it really delayed like the productivity of it. And so like that was really hard. And then it's just like a really hard industry to get into. So I feel like that's where I was like, and it's, I guess, not as something I'm as passionate about. Yeah. And so like I think I'm passionate in like other directions and whatnot. And so that's been a little bit tricky of me trying to figure out like what to do with the clothing line and whatnot. I really love it. It's super cute. I really enjoyed it. It's something different. I feel like it's like an opportunity for me to like show that I can do more. And so I feel like I just need to figure out like how I can bring more to it. And
Yeah.
I don't know much about clothing. I could tell you all about video stuff and
production.
content.
Yeah.
So I think like clothing, I kind of threw myself in without enough experience. And so.
And do you do it all yourself or did you have someone help you?
I had hired designers, but like I designed it and stuff like that.
So you had to hire the designers and manufacturers. Did they know them? Did you have to find? Because that's what's so hard for us. We've tried 3 different clothing lines and failed because it's hard to find that stuff.
Yeah, I found some pretty good ones that I like. They're pretty expensive, and like that's what's really hard as well. Is like I put the initial investment into it and stuff like that. So it was like I was like, oh, okay, that was a lot. Of an investment.
That's what happened to us too. We got a really expensive manufacturer, and it was here in LA, which is like your first mistake, right? Yeah. We didn't know anything about international, and I put like $100,000 in, lost it. I was like, dang. I was like, I really thought it was going to be big, but because of the cost, I'm bad with that stuff too.
Yeah,
but it's fun.
But that's what's hard too. Is it's like there's certain things that is like I want to do clothing, and like I want to show that I can be more, and I could create like tangible goods as well, not just digital goods. And so like as well as like a product that is like of a high quality. I'm not just creating some like bullshit product that I'm just trying to fly off shelves. Like I'm trying to actually create a high luxury product. So I feel like that was kind of like what my main goal was, and I feel like that's kind of like what I've gotten out of it, where it's like it's something that's recognized, it's something that people bring to attention, it's something that brings value to my name, and it shows that like I can do more than just porn, which I think is really cool.
Totally.
And so like I feel like that's the greatest benefit out of it, is that people are like, wow, you also did a clothing brand, and it's like good clothes,
quality clothing, good. Like I don't think anyone else does it. Like there's no other influencer, because they do merch, so you can be with FanJoy.
Yeah, no, we design. It's like custom design pants,
custom fit, all that stuff like that. Because it's such cute stuff. Do you think you'll do another like production run, or you think
I want to? I'm trying really hard to convince Playboy to do a collab with me.
Oh, that's so smart.
And so like that's what I'm pushing them so hard. So Playboy, please do the collab with 18 plus.
That would be so amazing.
Yeah, I think it would be really, really cool.
I wonder. I loved the Playboy catalogs back in the day, like 2005, like when they would have like the belt buckles and stuff like that. Like it would be so cool. And 18 plus clothing is very like now and current, so combining the two would be so neat.
Yeah, I think that'd be cool.
Do you work with Playboy?
Some like I do some work with them here and there. They want to work with me more. I don't know if I'm as available as they want me to be.
Yeah, they're trying, because they're kind of competing with OF, right?
Yeah, they're competing with OF. They also are now doing some other AI stuff, which would be competing with my Clona. So I was like, Playboy, I think we might. I was like, I think we might be competitors.
But maybe not clothing.
Yeah. I was like, how can we like grow together in at least something?
Yeah, because it's such an iconic brand.
It is.
But it's kind of flopping right now. And I love Playboy, so I want it to come back. And I feel like that's the way to do it. Because they've done collab with like Yandy and stuff like those lingerie. But clothing, their clothing was like the best.
They had some cool clothes. And like everyone loves to wear our Playboy t-shirt or Playboy sweatpants. Like people love Playboy. It's such a good streetwear. So I feel like it would be really cool if I could collab with them.
What about, do you do, because yours is pretty, you do basics, but would you ever do like a brand, like your logo on your shirts, like 18 plus?
Yeah, our following designs, like I have concepts for our future drops and stuff like that. And it would
so cool.
be more forward of the brand and stuff.
Because everyone uses the 18 plus, like on X and all those places like that, everyone uses it. So I just think that'd be like so cool.
Yeah.
And it's very just like, it's a little risque. Remember that there was a brand called FC UK? Remember that? It was like French Connection, United Kingdom. And people would wear it, so it'd be like FC UK me. It was like risque. So I feel like 18 plus would be like that too. Like, ooh, what's 18 plus about you?
Yeah, that's what I want it to be, like fun and risky, but it's like, not too far from the Riley Reid brand either.
Yeah. No, it's so cool. I mean, that's like one of your, and does Pasha work on that with you? You guys like,
yeah.
So do you guys do business together?
That's kind of like our only one. I try to help him with like other brands or things, or like when he gets like his new like Red Bull contract, I like review his contract.
Wow. Oh my God. So he's like doing his own thing. He's like completely separate.
Yeah. He has his own thing. He has like a movie that he'll be doing. So like, he has his own kind of business, and he's like a Red Bull athlete. He has like projects that he goes and films with them. Gosh. He does like stunts in movies, and then he has like his own other kind of like random deals here and there that he does.
Wow. How did you guys meet?
Instagram.
No way. Who slid into whose DMs?
I slid into
No
his.
way.
Yeah.
Where'd you see him?
I saw him just on Instagram doing some cool tricks, and I was like, "Oh, this guy's cute."
No way.
And I was like, "He's pretty hot, and he looks like he might be good in the bedroom."
Yeah, oh my God. How did you know? How could you tell? What's the giveaway?
There was certain moves in his
right.
parkour that he was doing, certain body agility or whatever. That I was like, "Oh, okay, I think he's got it."
Wow.
And then he was just like so sweet. So like initially it was just like, I was like, "Oh, let's collab," because I was like, I don't want to go on a date or whatever. I was like, I want to meet you. You seem cool. Like I would like to like I wanted to like take him seriously, but I was like, let's go like really slow. So that's why I was like, I don't want to ask you on a date or whatever. Because I was like, let me get to know you. Like you seem like you might actually be cool. Because I also loved his Instagram because like it's just him doing like cool parkour stuff or like funny parkour stuff where he's like falling or whatever. There's not one like hot boy photo.
Love that.
And even like the hot boy photo he had was like pulled up, like he pulled his pants up to his like chest or whatever. So and like, had like nerdy glasses.
And so he's like silly.
Yeah. So I was like, oh, I like his vibe and the way he presents himself online and to the world. He's like a very silly kind of guy and doesn't take himself too seriously. And so when we met, he was just like super sweet. I remember we were filming like a Instagram video and he was like playing with my hair, but like not that he had to play with my hair. He was just like sitting close to me playing with my hair. And I was like, oh, I think he likes me.
Oh my God. Wait, so you presented it as strictly collab. You weren't like flirty from the beginning.
No, not really. I was like, let's do a collab together. Like, let's hang out. Like,
oh my gosh.
He had like a pretty good amount of following. I think I had like 3 million followers, but that Instagram got deleted.
So sad, I know. I feel like that was my followers.
Yeah, that's what I had. So I was like, that's why I was like, oh, he'll want to collab with me, and then he's gonna meet me, and then realize how cool I am.
It worked. It did work. Oh my God. So did you meet in quarantine then?
Yeah. Actually, we met during COVID times.
Wow.
Yeah.
Was it how far into it? So you met 2020.
We met at the end of 2019.
Oh, okay. So a little bit before, and then you guys just started dating. How soon after? You said it was slow.
Like I intended it to be slow, but it happened just to be naturally so fast. Like that's what, when I say like I wanted it to be slow, it was like not that I like asked him on a date. It wasn't like instilling romance in the beginning. It was like, let's like do a collab. It's not romantic at all.
Yeah.
And then like when we met, it happened to be like romantic, and he happened to just have like this great chemistry with me. Like we got along so good. I have she's like my main business lady. I call her like my Wonder Woman, Caitlin. She was like there to help film the content for us.
Oh.
And she like just saw the sparks flying between us and everything like that. Yeah. So we just like,
wow.
And then he like was supposed to leave for dinner that night, but he stayed until like 9:00 that night. And then like, I'm pretty sure he came over the next day and was just like really interested. And then we kind of like were inseparable and got married. And
how quickly did that happen? Like, did you guys get engaged, or were you like, let's just get married?
We decided to get married, but I was still like, we are still doing the whole engagement thing.
He proposed.
But like, yeah, well, I proposed actually.
No way! I wanted to propose so bad to Moses. He's like, don't propose to me. Oh my God. What happened? How did it happen?
I mean, I didn't do anything like super crazy. It was just like basic at the house. Like it was like at my house, but we were house hunting to go buy a house. And so like we had actually found the house that we did end up buying. So like I felt like the day was perfect. We went house hunting. We found the house. We fell in love with it. He loved the house and everything. And then I was like trying to find excuses to keep us like not going home sooner because we were setting up everything with like, we had printed all of the photos we have together. We printed out a bunch of photos going down the stairs. We printed out, we had like balloons filled up in the room. Just like, it was like,
that's a big thing.
The whole house was set up like with roses and candles and everything. So that as soon as he walked in, and then it was like the whole like, will you marry me spelled out.
You did do a big thing then. Yeah. You like it wasn't that big of a thing.
I mean, like it wasn't like I didn't feel like I planned too much
That's
or whatever.
That's a lot.
It was just like at our house.
But I thought you were just like in bed one day. You're like, will you marry me? But that's like a whole pretty.
Yeah,
did you film it? Did you like post pictures?
We just have like iPhone stuff. I think I like filmed him like walking up the stairs or whatever.
Did he know?
I mean, I think he very quickly realized what was happening when we like.
God.
But I don't know if he realized it was going to be a "Will you marry me?" But then he still had to propose to me after.
Oh, he did. Okay,
And
right away.
No, not right away.
Okay,
He
okay.
actually proposed to me after we were married. But I was like, you still have to propose to me when I'm not expecting it.
Aw.
And he got me really good. It was in an escape room. And in the last room, it was like set up with, "Will you marry me?" And I love escape rooms.
Oh my
And
gosh.
so it was like very up my alley and like
Unexpected.
I get into the last room and I was like, oh, it looks like they were gonna like propose in like the next scene. And then like I turn around and he's like on the knee and then I realized, oh, you did this for me.
Oh my God. And that was after you were married.
Yeah, that was after we were married.
That's why I always tell, like, guys just keep trying. Even after you're married, they always say, like, marriage, like, everything falls apart. Guys change. It's not romantic. It's like, if you keep doing that stuff after you're married, it's like, changes everything. It makes it, like, do you like married life? Do you like being a wife?
I do like being a wife. Yeah.
Do you feel different?
I do feel very different. Yeah. Being a wife and then also just being a mother, I feel even more different and changes. I feel like it changes even like the wife dynamic because now you guys are parents.
Yes.
And so like, I feel like even it gets even on a new level of wife and husband once you have a kid.
Yeah. Now you're like, you're joined with like something else, which is like big.
You're not in that like honeymoon phase of like party couple of like we do fun things and we do all these like cool events,
traveling and
traveling and maybe a music festival or something. It's like you don't do that anymore,
right? And you guys did it quick. So if you got pregnant within a couple months, do you feel like you missed out at all on any?
I feel like I missed out on that with Pasha, because I was such a fun, adventurous woman, and like even when I would throw like my birthday parties, I would like go all out. Like I was always like a very like wild and an out girl, and like I've done like the Burning Mans. I dated a DJ and stuff, so it's like I was very much into that world, and so like I got it out of my system, but I feel like we didn't get it as a couple, and so like I feel like there's versions of me that Pasha's never met. Yeah. Because we met in COVID where you can't even go to a restaurant because everything's fucking shut down. Like I'm a crazy foodie. Like Pasha didn't even get to meet that version of me. Like I was friends with all of the chefs in LA type thing. I knew some of the food critics in LA. And then COVID happened and so there's like I feel like so many different versions of myself that he never met that I am excited for like Emma to start school and stuff so that him and I can like have that journey of our life together.
Yeah, like seeing you in such a different light too. It's like it's so weird. I remember because we met in COVID and like the first time I went out, people like recognized me. He was just like, I didn't even like realize and I was like,
that makes sense.
People love me. You know what I mean?
I feel it's probably the same for Pasha as well.
Yeah, of course. Especially going out, people just go crazy for you and stuff like that. He's probably like, or just the way people like look at you just don't know because you're in COVID, so you're just together and that's all you know. Which in a way is good because he just gets to know you.
Yes, exactly.
But because we got pregnant a month after we got married too, and I just felt like we were traveling, went to the Maldives, all these places, and then I was like, oh, I guess we're done traveling for a while.
Yeah.
But now that they're older, I feel like would you travel together as a family?
Oh, yeah, for sure. We plan on, like, next June, we plan on going to Latvia to visit all of the family in there and
first
everything.
Time?
Yeah, it'll be my first time and Emma's first time.
You're going to look so cute. I feel like if you wear these little dresses in Latvia, you would look cute, like a little country girl. I don't know if it's country. I don't know.
It is. It's very country. It's very, like, it's midsummer type thing. And
you're very that vibe now with your pony and stuff like that. I think that would be so cute. Interesting. What does he think about you doing, like, OF now?
Oh, I mean, he's
supportive. He never, because you mentioned on I think it was on Whitney's, it was a podcast where you said, maybe it was Adam's, where you said that you had a boyfriend a long time ago that like didn't support you.
Oh,
like wanted you to quit and stuff like that. And
every guy I've ever been with asked me to quit, but I retired from like shooting boy girl stuff before I met Pasha. Like I think like 2 years before I met Pasha, I wasn't shooting boy girl because I knew I wanted to find a companion in my life, and I knew that I just wouldn't find it while I'm still shooting boy girl, and so it's just a sad reality of it.
Yeah,
it's all you mother men and your ego issues.
I get it. That's how we were too. Because he was like, "Well, if you're doing OF, maybe we can't date you because I was doing it with it." I get it. It's kind of like a weird thing. I don't know. But the people who are cool, like Adam and Lana, like Adam's just like so cool. I'm like, I kind of love that too.
I think what is hard for me is like I've been doing this for so goddamn long. Yeah. Like if you think there's some weird shit happening, like I don't know, like it would like I feel like my personality would tell a lot more if I was some and weirdo, kinky, crazy girl in porn.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm pretty normal being in porn. It's like my work is just my work. Like, I'm not this like crazy, kinky, wild girl.
Want to go with every guy every night.
Yeah. I'm not like, that's not who I am in real life. And so I feel like for me, it's like, sometimes I feel like it's not fair because it's like, that's my job.
Yeah.
Like,
I think with you especially, it's almost the opposite.
I've been doing it for you, it's a little bit different. You had just started.
Literally, I just started like the week before.
With yourself, and it makes sense why he'd be like, maybe this experimental phase is over.
No, it was. I definitely was like, I'm going to do this because it made so much money. That first like month you make like $1 million, and that's like the more I've ever made in my life. I'm like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to be a porn star. It was fun. I did it at like 32. I was like, well, you know what? I always wanted to because porn is to me, it was always very glamorous.
Honestly, you will be so happy, especially as you get older. You're going to be so grateful that you gave yourself that time because I've met so many older women when I'm like just casually in the store and they're like, what do you do? And I was like, oh, I do this. And so many women will tell me, they're like, I wish that I was more adventurous in my sexuality.
Yeah.
But because I was like married and a family and I followed these traditions of society's norms, I didn't experiment with myself. And they're like, good for you.
Really? That's so cool.
So I think it's great that you gave yourself the opportunity to like experiment and that you got to see what happened, what it was like.
Yeah.
And when you're like 60 years old, you're going to be like, good job, Trish.
I don't regret it. I don't regret it. I do think it's cool.
You never will.
Sometimes I still brag. I'm like, yes, I was a porn star at 32 for 3 months. Because I think also with like OF, it just gave anyone could do it. You know what I mean? Which is very cool. And you got control of it. You got control of who you're with. So I'm shooting with Riley, Reid, and Lena the Plug. I was like, well, this is it. I made it. I don't need a set or a studio. So it is. Yeah, it is a fun time. I always just. I don't know. It was an interesting time to say the least. But I just thought porn was so glamorous. Like I always like looked at Jenna Jameson on like Howard Stern. I was like, oh, she's so pretty. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I agree. I would always look at someone like her and think like that's what it takes to be a porn star.
Yeah.
That's why when I started, I didn't even think that I would be a star. I was not trying to be a star. I was like, oh, I can do this because I want to be on page like 900 million, whatever. Ain't nobody's ever gonna and see my shit.
Really? You really didn't think so? You wouldn't?
I didn't think anybody was going to see me.
Because you reinvented the porn star. Like, you're definitely like girl next door. You didn't have the implants like all the other ones did.
Yeah,
so.
I think as well as I smile in my videos. I'm not like,
right.
Girl. I like smile. Like, I've had so many fans tell me I had to watch your porn video a few times because you kept making me laugh. And I was like, that is the best compliment.
Wow.
Like, their boner goes out because they're chuckling so much. I'm like,
but that's what's cool. It's like, you want to see someone happy about it. Like, I'm happy to be here doing this.
Yeah, exactly.
It's
so I
smart.
feel like that. It's not, I didn't try.
It's just naturally.
I enjoyed what I was doing.
Yeah.
So it just showed.
Interesting. Yeah. And did you ever try to do, because you do social media, but you don't do it like full time, like TikTok, YouTube?
No, I've always wanted to. I think that there was like a small chunk of my career where I did, but like, it's so much work, and like I make more money doing adult or going to these other business ventures. Like it's fun to sometimes do the TikToks because I'm like, what are the kids doing?
Oh, I love it. It keeps me young. I'm like, what's the cool things?
Yeah, same.
Your TikToks are good. Like you have good personality, and I'm like when you're talking about like the haters, I'm like your TikToks are fun and they're like different. That's why it's like but I remember because like I said when I originally. We didn't meet, but during the Vlog Squad days. So I was like, I wonder if you were like a YouTuber back then. Like I look at those videos and I cringe so hard. Oh my God, for you. I was just like watching like David and Dom and all the whole thing. And I was just like, I can't picture you knowing you now and like how smart you are and all stuff like that. I'm like, it's just such a weird collaboration. Was that another one where you just DM'd and like, hey, do you want to collab? Or how did it work out?
Yeah, that was kind of like the same with like Logan. Like I didn't know anything. I didn't know who Logan was or anything like that. He like slid in my DMs. I was like 20 million followers and you want me on your podcast?
Oh, he DM'd you to be on the podcast. Interesting. Wait, did you do that before or after David? Like where?
Before. David saw me on Logan's podcast. And so I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to do Logan's podcast or whatever. I was like, I didn't even know anything about like the whole forest thing or whatever. I just saw, I was like, oh, shit ton of followers, Logan Paul. I didn't even look him up or anything. And I was like, well, I'll do your podcast. And because to me, I was like, I'm going to make bank. Like,
right. Because you're like, people will follow you.
Yeah. I was like, if he has 20 million followers, I was like, all of his fans are going to see me.
Guys.
I didn't know his fans were all young people.
Oh, really? I don't know either.
I mean, they used to be at one point.
I guess now they grew up.
But I didn't know. I was like, older guy podcast. He's kind of cute. Like, let's go do it. Like, do the podcast. And then, like, I saw David Dobrik. And then...
Well, he was so young. He was, like 20 or something when you met him.
He was young. And he asked me on his little podcast vlog thing or whatever.
Podcast? Like a vlog.
His vlog thing.
Yeah.
And I also did that just because I was like, oh, another, like, huge follower. And it actually, both of them changed the trajectory of my career.
Oh, they were huge. I mean, both of them were so big at the time.
They were so big at the time. And, like, having me on, I think, incorporated different worlds into each other. And, they, like, helped, I think, make my career a little bit more mainstream to some extent.
Yeah, that's when I, like, both. I kind of, like, heard of Logan because of you. Because, you know, the infamous, like, microphone thing, right? It was all over the place. So then I, like, heard of you, obviously, then David. And I was just like, oh, so then, because I didn't know any porn stars. So you were, like, the one. And you were, like, all over social media. And I was just like, I wonder how that even came. So you were never friends with either of them. You kind of just were, like, work.
Oh, I ended up becoming friends with Logan.
Okay. Yeah. So he was, like, cool and stuff like that.
Yeah, I didn't love David or the vlog
because you did a couple, right?
I did
a couple vlogs.
I think I did just one. Oh yeah, I did do a couple of the car ones. Yeah.
And so you were just like did it for the views and stuff like that for which makes sense because he was so popular and stuff like that.
Yeah, he was popular, but I didn't like vibe with him as much. Logan and I like vibed pretty good. He was like super chill. I always respected him because he like always included me, and Jake also did the same thing where like if we were like I remember one time seeing them at like a Rolling Loud music festival. I had like just met them not that long ago. I was like with my own people and crew or whatever. And like they were going like in like extra VIP sections or whatever. And like they were very inclusive to like bring me on and stuff like that. And I just remember being so grateful for that and being like, I don't really know these people, but they're making sure that I feel included and stuff. Yeah. And so like there were certain things that I really liked about them, and like I love that like Logan just made me feel like one of the boys, which I thought was really cool. Like he never like made me feel like some like weird girl, because like there were so many girls who were just obsessed with him.
Right, yeah. Like that. Was that not you? You didn't have a crush on any of them?
No, I liked a different guy.
In social media?
Yeah.
Oh, really? Was he like a YouTuber?
Yeah.
But not them. Interesting. No. I gotta know who it is now. I'm like, because I just
I'll
never.
Tell you off.
Okay, you can tell me.
I don't want to give him any.
Oh, is he awful?
Yeah, he's not nice.
All YouTuber boys are. Like, I have such a bad taste of men in general. Like, I couldn't even imagine. I'm surprised that you like men as well as you do, because being taken advantage of by your boyfriend who had your, like, name for your website and stuff like that. But being in, like, all those groups with boys, it just, like, gave me such a bad taste in my mouth because they're so...
I don't want all men to be punished for the shitty ones, because some women are crazy and horrible.
That's true,
and if they ruined the name for us, that would suck. And so like there's just like so many men in my life who've helped shape me into where I am and have helped support me and everything. So it's like I can't punish all men because some of them are gross and take advantage and are not kind and stuff, because there's a lot of men out there in the world who are supportive and want to help you succeed and like who are creative and intelligent and everything. So I definitely like, I don't love the whole like man hater vibe, but I can feel you because like
I'm a man hater right now, but I like that.
I feel you.
I need to change it. You might be right on that. I feel
like it's
men.
really important. I feel you.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of men who I think help us a lot and stuff.
I can't think of any. I have one, and that's my husband, and that like barely got through. So I don't know.
My lawyer, he's really great.
My lawyer, not so much. My lawyer takes advantage of me.
Oh, no.
I get the shit out. I'm like, why didn't you tell me about this deal? It's just so much. I have to meet more nice men.
Maybe
I'll turn it around, because I really did. I was such a girl that just liked to be around boys, you know, because I always thought, well, girls, you know, you always hear they're like catty, jealous. All that stuff. Like, I just never had girlfriends, so I didn't know. And then I started trying to be friends with the girls in the past couple years, and then like some of them do turn out to be like really mean and nasty, and I'm just like, let me just not be friends with anybody. I don't want to be friends with boys or girls, because some of them can be, you know. But just that whole social media. They were a lot younger than me too. They were all like,
I guess like when I say it's like with men, I don't think I am friends with many men. I do business with a lot of men
that are like on the up and up, and nice.
I like to do business with men.
That's good that they don't treat, because again, I've had managers that just treat me dumb. They just think I'm like stupid and stuff like that, and it's just like I don't know how to combat it. I think because you're so not like aggressive, but you're just like you're very confident in what you know, and I think maybe that's why they respect you more. I'm very much I don't know anything about anything.
Maybe I definitely know. I'm definitely like a control freak woman.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I was like, whenever I'm like meeting with a man and I'm like, hey, do you want to like work with her, so and so or whatever. When I talk to a girl and I'm like, hey, do you want to work with him? I've never had a guy be like, I'm not into women right now and I don't want to work with him. I've had a lot of women who are like, I don't want to work with a man.
Yeah.
And I don't like that attitude, to be honest, because I've never had that experience with a man who's like, I don't want to work with her because she's a woman.
Huh, that's amazing.
Women say that though, and I don't like it. Usually if a woman tells me that, I don't want to do business with her, because I was like, you make it a rocky business partnership if we want to do business with men.
Right.
It makes it weird.
Yeah, they must have like trauma. Like I feel like my thing just comes from trauma. And so like I punish everybody because of one.
Yeah.
You know, or two or three or four. And you're just like, oh. That's why I feel like traumatized by him. But I know what you mean. I think I have to get therapy on it, because sometimes I see like straight men, I'm like, ugh, I'm over it. You know what I mean? I judge early on and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think
it's you have an instinct for a reason. You have a gut and an intuition for a reason. So like I feel like that exists there to protect you.
Yeah.
And, you know, we are women. We are a prey at the end of the day. Like, we don't walk alone at night for a reason.
Exactly. Yeah, I think that's what it is. It's just overall maybe a fear I have or something.
Yeah, there's definitely fear for sure.
When I found out I was having a girl, I was like mortified. I was so scared. I was like, oh man, she's gonna grow up in this world where, like, especially as a young girl, you don't have anyone like protecting you. You know what I mean? So it's just like
my husband of that all of the time.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, you better remember the things that she's gonna deal with in life because she's a woman.
Yeah, and then and the fact that he's so active in her life, because I always think that too. Like, I had a dad, but he like lived in a different state and stuff like that. And like to have like a dad be active in your life from like the beginning means like it's gonna make all the difference in the world. So she can see how like she's supposed to be treated. Yeah, you know. And I feel like having that loving relationship, and you guys do, I think it's so great. It's so beautiful to watch, because you post. I love that you post your relationship because it's nice, but I get also keeping it private because people are. What did they think when you got married? Were people upset?
I think, yeah. I mean, I'm not really upset. More people were like
sad,
mean to Pasha.
Did he get hate?
Oh yeah, because it's like, I'm a hallway, and you know, I'm so loose, and I've had so many men run through me, and like he's kissed a bunch of dudes because he kisses me.
Oh my god!
You know, all that stupid 12-year-old. Me.
How did he tell you? Would he tell you like, oh, I got DMs, or you just knew?
Oh, I just know. And like, I've seen some of the comments and stuff like that. And so like, Pasha used to be active in his comments because like he would have like, he's doing parkour stuff. So it's like other people doing parkour, or like people want to learn it, and so he used to be like really active in his comments and stuff, and like now after being with me, he just is not as encouraged. And same with like his DMs, like he used to be way more active in his DMs and stuff like that, with like giving like help and stuff with like people, or like reposting and stuff like that. He's like, Pasha's like very involved in his like fan community, and I feel bad for my community because they like infiltrated and just throw a bunch of dirty shit into his comments.
And they should be so happy because you like found someone, you found love. They should be like so supportive. Like, we love this guy.
I know. I mean, a lot of them are, but yeah.
Oh, that's the worst. I know. He got like so much hate. He doesn't even check his Instagram anymore either, because like so much.
Yeah.
Or just a lot of, do you ever get the girls, like early on when we were dating, girls would just try to like DM and try to be like, you know, just because they know they were dating, and to be like, oh, look, he DM'd me. Because he would DM people back just to be nice, you know? Like he would be like, oh, thank you for this.
They're trying to trap him.
Yes. And they would be like, look, Moses DM'd me back.
Motherfucker.
And I'm like, you can't. And he's like, I was just being polite. They would say, oh, I'm a fan. Because he does like photos of water. So they'd say that I'm a fan. He's like, they're a fan of my. I'm like, no, they're doing it to be sneaky. And they would. He would see that. And he didn't know until like much later on, like 6 months, a year, how like people can twist. Like, you just can't reply, period, to anybody, because it's just going to come back out. Does that ever happen in your relationship, or no?
No, I haven't. No, I don't think so. I haven't noticed anything.
No one's trying to like take him from you.
Yeah. God, they better not.
Yeah, I think people are scared of you.
Try, bitch. Try.
I think people are more scared of you. They know me. It's like a trigger.
Scared.
I'm like insecure. I feel like everyone I've been with is like cheat on me, so they know I'm like insecure about stuff like that. So like early on, he like gave me his password because I'm just like, I'm insecure. I have to check everything because people know that about me. So they try to like instigate.
Give you the confidence that you.
Yeah, so I have it, but he has no activity on there anymore. But Pasha's different because he does do big. He's like in the entertainment industry.
Yeah, well, he's a Red Bull athlete. They tell him you need to post and stuff
so
like
he
that.
has to be on social media.
He has to post with those fucking Red Bull cans or his shirts and stuff. So yeah,
that's so cool. What a cool story that is.
It's pretty cool. Honestly,
Yeah.
It makes me really happy and it makes me really proud because I feel like my daughters has such well-rounded parents.
Yeah.
and
exciting.
it's not. Yeah, and they're both in the visual field, and I'm really hoping that Pasha can help shadow, make more shade on me, and I'm
Right.
because he's going to be doing a movie, and that I'm really excited for him.
Is he acting or just
he's going to be
stunts?
acting in it? I think
Wow.
Chris Hemsworth is supposed to be, and Sam Rockwell is
No
supposed
way.
to be
Oh my
in
God,
it.
that's like a big one.
Yeah, I'm
Is it his first
really
feature?
excited. I think so. He's done stunt stuff. He has awards for doing stunt choreography for the Wonder Woman movie and stuff like that. He's done a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
And he's done stuff with Six Underground, which is a Michael Bay movie, and he's done a lot of movie projects. But that's what I like, that him being in the public eye.
Yeah.
I think is really good because I hope that it casts more of a shadow on me, so I can be look at Papa,
Right.
Look at Papa in his movie.
It sounds like he's
over
doing
there.
that.
Look at
Yeah.
his Red Bull stuff.
I love that you're his cheerleader too. You know what I mean?
Biggest cheerleader.
Oh, that's so cute. Because a lot of girls would maybe get insecure. I probably would. If I had an actor husband, I'd probably be oh no, don't go do movies without me.
Oh no, he has a movie that's about, it's not coming out. It hasn't come out yet, but it's finished. And I was pressuring him to get his friend to send them the movie. It's not out yet, but I've seen it.
Is it good?
And it's really good. And he has he has lines. He has a full leading role in it and everything like that. And so it's with smaller crews or not Chris fucking Hemsworth or
Right,
whatever.
that's huge. Yeah.
Yes, but
That's
it's
crazy.
still really cool. And he told me he filmed this movie when we met, and since we've met, I always ask him, when can we watch the movie? When can we watch the movie? I want to watch the movie. I want to see the movie.
That's hot, yeah.
Anytime I see him when we watch his stuff and he's on stunts, I'm pause, look, it's you. And I'm Emma, look.
Do you still get excited?
Oh yeah, I think it's so cool.
Yeah, to be interested in that. Yeah, it's bigger than
my
life.
husband's in the movie.
Yeah, no, that would be so
it's
surreal.
So cool.
Yeah, and then you see it, and then you're that's my husband.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's exciting. I love it. I love the way you light up when you talk about it because that's passion right there.
Yeah, no, I love it. I love what he does. I feel so grateful that we get to blend our worlds together.
It's gonna be so cool. Yeah, your daughter, who knows what direction she's gonna go with? She could do so much. She could be entertainment. She could be doing flips. Maybe she'll be parkour.
No, I don't think so.
You think is she kind of sweet, more reserved? She doesn't
I mean, it's not that I don't think she wouldn't do parkour. I just think in the sense of you don't claim what your parents' identity is. You know? It's my dad's a computer programmer.
But so are you. You did it. You did it. You did the AI. You did
programmer. I'm not a programmer.
You kind of got a little bit of it from him though, because I would never be able to figure out the stuff you figure out, streaming, all that stuff like that. It's amazing.
But I just feel in the sense where it's you don't claim your parents' identity, and it's even when you have siblings, the siblings are always so different because one identity is already taken, so the next child, the second child, is going to have a totally different identity.
Yeah.
And so I don't think that she's gonna be a parkour girl or a girly girl necessarily.
You don't think she'll be a performer? I feel you both are performers and entertainers, so she has to.
Yeah, I don't know if she will be. I feel her performance may be different. Maybe she'll do art and her performance is the art on the wall.
Yeah,
you know,
right.
I feel she may have her own style of performing because both me and my husband are very different type. We're both the same type of performers. We're video performers, and so I feel maybe she'll grasp some other type of thing.
Something so different.
I don't know. She might get into science.
Wouldn't that be crazy? I was thinking that too with my daughter. I'm God, she probably would do something we don't know, sports or something. Neither one of us are sports people. So what if she's a baseball player or something?
Well, yeah, I'm not a sports person, so I feel it's really great where it's my husband's an athlete, and if she wants to just sew, I'll support her sewing.
Yeah, you know how to do that part of it. Yeah, that's what's fun about a kid though, seeing their own personality. Because I thought a daughter, I'm she'll be just like me, but seeing her just be completely herself, I'm I don't know where she gets her personality. It's just fun to watch
just
them.
Her.
Yeah, it's so exciting. It's just the being a mom. What's the part of mommyhood that surprised you that you're oh, this is actually easier than I thought?
all of it a little bit.
Did you adjust quickly? Like, were you very maternal right away, or did it take you?
I think so.
You were.
I mean, I have little brothers and sisters. There's like 5 or 6 of us.
Oh my
I can never
gosh.
remember. So like I have like a lot of little ones in our family. So I feel like I just had that instilled in me. Like I was like my little sister's mother or whatever. And so I've always been very maternal, but I don't know. I feel like it was a really easy transition. I feel like, I guess like what's really hard is figuring out like and sleep training. That shit's hard. Leaving your baby to cry.
Oh, we haven't done it.
You don't do sleep training.
She's in our bed.
Oh, she's in your bed.
And we're too scared. We put her in there for a minute. She cries. I'm like, bring her back. Is she in a crib? Is she still in your room, or is she in her own?
She's been in her own room since day one.
How do you do it? I know we're not great with it.
It was hard. We just let her fucking cry. But honestly, now we just put her in her bed. She rolls around her bed for about an hour, and then she falls asleep by herself.
Wow.
And she sleeps from like 6 p.m. till 8 in the morning.
Wow. We need to figure that out. We're both
I'll help you, girl.
Okay, because that's hard. We're stuck sometimes get up and give her a bottle. We're like, well, she's hungry. And our doctor's like, they don't need food. Just like let her. I'm like, like if she's hungry, I want to feed her.
No, I feel you.
It's so hard.
I'm with the food thing. I still track her food intake because I'm like, I need to make sure that she's like not hungry. And I don't know if it's like trauma from my own childhood going hungry or something like that. My parents were not the best parents. And
Wait,
stuff.
really?
Yeah.
Oh, like they would forget to feed you, or they didn't have food?
I don't remember a lot of my childhood.
You blocked it out.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And so I feel like there's a lot of like, even like there's certain stories that my family tells me that I'm like, oh, you think that sounds funny, but that's actually you admitting to neglect.
Oh my God. Yeah, like you were crying for 3 days and it's like because we didn't feed you. Oh my God.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't think it was that extreme, but like I didn't grow up well and stuff. So I feel like there's certain things that I may have like trauma with that I'm like because when it comes to the feeding, that one is like, it was really hard for me to stop feeding her overnight because I was like, what if she's hungry?
Yeah, she wants to eat.
Hungry. Like I starve her until the morning.
That's how I think. I'm like, well, I don't want a snack, so she should have a snack too. Yeah, it's hard.
It's hard. The feeding thing was hard for me.
Oh man,
like, it still is.
Yeah, to like not know. I don't know. Because my baby doesn't eat a lot, so I always think like, oh my God, we should like give her more food. But I'm like, I guess babies know when they're hungry, when they're not.
Oh yeah, I don't know. I'm like on the hour every hour. I'm like counting the ounces
Snacks,
and like we measure it, and I'm like, and she doesn't eat. But like, what does she eat? Like typically maybe like 35 ounces a day, and I think she's supposed to be eating like 55 ounces a day. So I'm like, she's not ever eating enough.
Right. Yeah.
And
we don't
so,
even measure that. I don't know.
I hate that stuff online though, because then it makes me feel like that she's under eating. But she's like got thick thighs.
Yeah,
and stuff,
she
so
looks
I'm
healthy.
Like, she looks healthy.
She's got energy.
She's eating.
I know, you just can't Google anything. I was Googling so much. I'm like, I'm done Googling. I stopped reading comments too. Like we used to have, it was like, I didn't know the connotation of family channels. We had something called the family channel. Like I'll put baby videos in here, and I realized how awful family channels were. But people would leave like crazy comments. I'm like, I'm just not reading anything anymore. Like, don't do this, don't do this. I'm just like, it was too much. I just was like, couldn't do it.
Parenting you.
Yeah,
on how to
exactly.
Parent.
Like, this is bad for her. But then someone's like, no, that's good for her. And I'm just like the passy. We still have her on a passy after a year. I'm just like, I know you're supposed to take it out, but I'm like, she loves it,
Yeah, we still do the pacifier as well. Yeah, we do, especially because like when she starts getting her molars, like they're gonna want something for soothing, and like there's a reason we don't remember what it feels like for our teeth to come through. That shit probably hurts a lot.
Yeah, she's like she was going through it with the teething for sure. Yeah.
So there's certain times where it's like we do the pacifier, and like there's certain times where there's like things that she's playing with that are like really small that I'm like, I'll pop the pacifier in because I know she's not gonna put that shit in her mouth.
Right. Just
so
put
it's
it
like
in.
we're able to like do certain like practices where I'm like, you're not gonna eat that.
Yeah, that's smart. That's so good. That's like, I mean, the fact that she like grasps it too. It's like,
but I
really
think it is
amazing.
good. Like we definitely try to take it out like when she's like awake or to encourage her talking. Like your little baby's a singer, so it's like you probably pull it out sometimes because you're like, I want to hear your little baby singing voice.
Yeah.
So
is your baby talking?
she talks some, yeah.
Do you do screen time or no?
We do some of like the Miss Rachel.
Miss Rachel's educational, I think. She learns so much. She does up and stuff. I'm like, okay, she knows.
Yeah, she does some Miss Rachel, and we do like the Disney Fantasia because it's got the classical music and stuff.
That's smart.
Yeah. Oh, she loves Fantasia.
Really? Okay, we got to get on that. She's not on Disney kick yet. I'm like, I need to get her in a Disney mood.
Yeah, I've tried like the Disney princesses.
Yeah,
and
they're not into it yet.
Emma doesn't like it, but Fantasia, she loves
the old one, right?
Yeah,
I used to love it as a kid. Yeah.
Oh, that was like her birthday theme because she loves Fantasia.
Oh my gosh, that's so fun. And you just hired, what was the kind of educator? You had like
the Montessori.
What is that?
I don't know if it's Montessori or Montessori. I always say it wrong.
I saw it on your story. You were looking for it. And I was like, I literally Googled because I'm like, what is this?
So their whole approach is like a very like gentle parenting approach, as well as like catering to like the child's individual development, not like following like a basic curriculum. And so like, and like honing in on like specific skill sets. So they may have like a toy that is only like a coin slot. It's not like a coin slot and a this thing and a pulley thing and a twisty thing, because the coin slot will then focus on just one skill at a time, rather than these will almost, it overstimulates them and makes them underperform because there's too many developmental things happening at one time. So the Montessori approach is like being adamant about like focusing on one skill set at a time, and then like also just catering to whatever that child's skill set is. If they're like not into the coin slot but they're into the pulling, then maybe you focus into that and not this other thing or whatever. As well as then it's like very into like the practical life skills. So it's like everything's like low level furnitures. Like we have like low hanging art for Emma, so that when Emma looks at the art, it's like for her. We have like her own like hand wash station and like things like that. So like the Montessori is to help them, like she has her own like low trash can and things. So it's like she knows like how to like just do like her basic things. And so it's like teaches them practical life skills. It teaches them as well as like it's the whole gentle parenting of you see on like Instagram where it's like you're having like your big feelings and your feelings are valid and like I'm going to pick you up instead of just picking them up. You're like communicating with them. And so like as a mother, there's sometimes where you just fucking do shit.
Yeah.
You know, you're like, I'm your mother. Yeah. But like as a nanny, I really want to implement that where they don't have the same rights as I do with Emma. So I want to really make sure as her nanny and educator that they are like patient with her and like going at her level and like at her pace, and which is what I love about Montessori. It's catered to each individual child.
I never heard of this before. It's
you
so
should
interesting.
check it out. It's really, really cool. It's really, really cool. I really like it as well. I love that it's the whole thing is about respecting the child and like it's really beautiful. I really, really like it.
I feel like that's the thing. Like you don't respect like a child, and so like that's when they act out and stuff like that. Like I know as a kid too, like we were never respected. Like you're the child, like you listen to me.
Yeah.
Whereas
but
like,
I'm sure you know your daughter has a personality. She has things that she likes and dislikes. And
for sure.
What are two things she doesn't like?
Oh my gosh. Two things she doesn't like.
Like for Emma, she hates hair brushing. I can tell you right now.
Shoes. Shoes.
She hates putting on her shoes.
She can't do shoes.
You see? Yeah. She has a personality of herself. So it's true. Like you would like with her, you would just take your time with the shoes. You don't
know how it's gonna happen.
Well, there's certain things with the Montessori that it helps you to like figure out how to do like patiently go. Like I'm still trying to figure out that I can't brush my daughter's hair. That's just hard.
Oh yeah, she doesn't love a hairbrush. Sometimes she will, but it's hard even to style her hair.
Yeah,
everyone's
I put one bow one day, and then I tried again the next day, and she was like, "No!"
Oh yeah, she won't. Everyone's like, "Why don't you put a bow on your daughter?" I'm like, she hates bows. Like,
I don't want to let them put Parker's hair up all the time. I was like, how?
I know, it looks so cute. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe when she was a baby, was she doing it? Because it's a baby.
I think so. Because even on like her first birthday, but she would still like be pulling her ponytail, but she does her hair, and I was like, I couldn't put Emma's hair up on our first birthday.
No, same.
No, Emma would not let me put her hair up.
Malcolm was mad at her hair. Was like whatever. I'm like, she's sweaty. She's whatever.
Oh, Emma always has little dreads in her hair. It's like matted up because I'm like,
it's a lot.
Yeah, it's hard.
It's so cute though. I think it's like. So when do you think you'll educate her? Like when do you think you'll start preschool? Because some kids start at like 2.
I know. I think with the trauma, I want to be as involved with my daughter's life and being as present as possible. And I have the ability to work from home a lot. So like we try to take advantage of that. So like I'm trying to get her like a Montessori educator like
at the house.
yesterday, but at the house. So like, because they even have like Montessori has like great ways to even teach math. Like they have like this like bead method where it's like one bead represents 10, a string of beads represents 10, a stack of beads represents 100. So if you tell the kid 642, they know 6 stacks, this, and 4 this equals 642.
Wow, I can't even follow that math. That's crazy.
It's like, it's really cool what they have and like the way that, and I was like, if I learned math like that instead of just like on a piece of paper, like it's tactile.
You see it, you visualize
you feel it, you visualize it. It's not just numbers and letters. I can never do math. Yeah. It's difficult. It is difficult. And so like to me there's so many things with the Montessori that like prepares your child for like a better success at life. Yeah. And so like we want to get ours into the house to start implementing, as well as like I just want to learn, like with her, I want to know what I should be doing. So like days where she's not there, or if you know, I have another child, I know what I can start implementing and whatnot.
That's what, are you going to have another child?
I think we may.
Because I saw in a podcast, you're like, I don't know, you know, I got to know if it's right for Emma, which I thought was so smart.
That's what I was saying. I think I may, because of Emma, she loves kids.
Oh, yeah.
She's so, if I brought her over here and she saw Malibu, she's like, Mama,
so in Malibu. She loves kids. Yeah. Oh, man. Because not every kid is the same way with her. She'll be at Chuck E. Cheese and some kids just look at her and it's like, hi.
I get so pissed when I see those kids. I was like, you are 4 years old and she is a baby. You say hi.
Isn't that, it is the older kids. It's always older kids. She loves to say hi. And they just like look at her. I'm just like, say hi to her.
I know. I'm like, say hi to my baby.
Yeah, that's so interesting. Maybe it's just that age where like little girls, like, I don't know, are just like.
No, we're just protective parents. And we're like, play with my baby.
Oh, it breaks my heart when people like, actually at our party, someone, we had like a jump house for older kids, and this one little, like a 3-year-old went to another 3-year-old boy. He's like, will you like come jump with me? And the parents were like, no, go ask someone else. I was like, oh, I would be so hard. I mean, I get it. It was hot. Maybe they didn't want them in the hot jumpy thing, but I was still like, play with them. Like, I would be so sad for my daughter if that was her.
I mean, you saw my face. I am sad even for that kitty. Right? It's not even mine.
I wasn't sad. I'm like, I get it, I guess. You know, you do what you use your boundaries, but yeah, it's.
Yeah, I know. Fuck all those stupid boundaries.
But do you think she'll like now, would you be trying in the next year or 2 years? Oh, are you 30 yet?
Yeah, I'm 32.
Oh, okay. But that's still very young. Yeah, I'm like 35, so I was like, I need to do it now.
You're not that much older. She's
like geriatric pregnancy at 35. Like literally, it's crazy. And then they say like the chances of twins get higher when you get older. I'm like, let's like have a baby now because I can't do twins. Like if I had twins, I would.
I also would be really sad if I had twins because I would feel like Emma would be left out.
Yeah,
like
totally.
Don't you feel like Malibu would be left out if you had twins?
I know people who have twins, and everyone just talks about the twins. You know, it's like the twins, and it's just, I
not
agree.
Even like it's even like their sibling dynamic. The twin sibling dynamic will be closer than the other
for sure.
The other,
you see that with all twins and stuff like that. Yeah, I like the idea because then you're like you have more kids at one time. But yeah, I also would just go nuts with the feeding schedules because you guys have a night nurse. You said, how was that? Because I am telling Moses, I'm like for this next one, I'm like maybe we should get a night nurse because he stayed up with
a night nurse.
Yeah.
Have a night nurse because it helps with the sleep training, honestly, because then you get your sleep and everything. And like the night nurse, she stayed in the room with Emma. So we just had like a little bed thing or she could like a kind of like a reclining chair where she could just like chill in the bedroom with Emma, and then she could bring her to me for breastfeeding. And then we did up until 6 months. I stopped. I had milk production issues. I think I was just like really stressed out because I was trying to get back into work and everything like that.
Back too quickly.
Yeah, I think so. I was trying to juggle too many things at one time, and then we did the bottle feeding, but with the bottle feeding, it makes it so much easier.
Yeah, we just did bottle right away because I was like, I didn't get up. I mean, he got up for the first 3 months because I was like so tired. I was so exhausted.
Yeah, and you had a C-section. It's hard.
That's how I didn't know how you would do it because with C-section, like you physically can't pick your baby up. Like you can't, like I couldn't stand. We had like steps on our bed. I like couldn't even like walk down our bed.
That's what I worry about. Like, because for me, I am such a control freak type person that like I worry like the healing process because I know I was moving sooner than I should have been, and I know and I'll do it again, and like that's where I worry is like not giving myself the healing that I need because it's like I'm just such a go-getter, and I'm the type of person you're gonna do it wrong, so I might as well just fucking do it.
Yeah, that's the hard part, and I feel like you're just so conditioned to like get back to work in general, like women who have like regular jobs, you have to go back in 3 months. And I feel like that's just like not natural. Like I feel in Canada and other countries, they have like a year, you know, before you go back to work. Which,
there's a reason my milk production stopped because like stress
crazy.
levels and everything. And then like,
did your doctor tell you that? Did you ask him like why it stopped? Was he telling you it's just
no?
or you
I just knew. I knew I
your
was.
body.
Everything that was going on at the time, like I was stressed out.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was
and so
like
just
a lot.
stop producing milk.
Yeah. And I like, it was just struggling. And like, there was a week that I was struggling. And so I was like, we're doing bottles because like, I was like feeling like I wasn't feeding my baby for like a week because I was like, what are my boobs doing? And like breastfeeding is hard too because it's like sometimes you can feel like the milk let go and other times like you can't.
Oh,
so
really?
it's like you can't like it's like it's you know
I
the
never
way
did it,
can,
so I don't know.
The way I compare it is like it's like a painful but feel good sensation. You know when you have your hair in a ponytail and you take your ponytail out, it hurts and feels good at the same time. That's like what it is. Where it's like you're like relieved, like you're feeding your baby, you can feel the milk, but it also kind of hurts. Oof. Like it's like this weird sensation of when the milk is letting go.
Yeah.
So, but like you can't track, like with formula, you can track how much they're eating, you know how much. And so like during that issue of when I was struggling, I was like, I don't even know if she's eating or how much. And like, I don't feel it letting go. And like, I was stressing myself out even more. And so I was like, we're getting into the milks, the formulas.
I feel like that should be like normalized now. I got so like the most judgment I got was not breastfeeding, like not even trying, and I was just like, I don't know. I was so stressed after the pregnancy. I was just so stressed.
Stressful.
Yeah, I was like, I'm gonna mess up this baby. I'm gonna do something wrong. Like I didn't have maternal instincts right away, so I just was very, I don't know. I didn't want to do it, and people like shamed me so much, and I'm like, well, she got fed. You know what I mean? It's not like we weren't feeding her, but I get it. I like the idea of like bonding with her. I was just scared. I heard so many horror stories about breastfeeding, so I was just like nervous.
Yeah. What do you like?
Chapping,
pain,
like just pain.
Yeah.
And I guess I have a high pain tolerance, but I don't know. Your C-section though, would you get another one? Would you get a second one?
I mean, by choice, I don't want to, but like if I have to.
I feel like they say it's better to get a C-section if you already had one. There was a influencer, Tammy Hembrow, I think her name. She's like a fitness. Do you know her? She's like an Australian fitness girl, and she had the V-sac. She had two.
Is it the VBAC?
VBAC. Is it like you had the two C-sections? Vaginal birth after C-section?
Yeah.
After cesarean. So that's what she had. She had like her third one naturally after 2 C-sections. And I was like, and she did it natural. And I was just like, but I heard it's like, I don't know. I could be way wrong. I'm not an expert, but like you could like rupture. Like your.
Yeah, I've heard the uterus rupturing or something like that.
So a lot of people just schedule it if you've already had one. For me, I thought it was very easy because I pushed for 4. Well, you pushed long. I mean, how long did you push? I pushed 4 hours, which I thought was long.
Well, I didn't like get even into the pushing part.
Oh, you were just laboring for 42.
Yeah, we were laboring and that's why I started to get worried because I was like, is something wrong? Because I'm laboring and like when is the pushing going to happen? And I wish. This is what I tell myself now that I wish I would have. I wish I wouldn't have started counting my contractions as labor. And like, that's what I felt like I feel like I started to with myself because I started to like worry something was wrong because like some women can labor like, or can get contractions like a week before.
Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah. Some women like have contractions like a week before and you just have random contractions or whatever.
Like that painful, like, oh my God.
I don't think it's like as like consistent. Yeah. When it's like those short windows,
like every couple minutes.
Like labor and everything.
Okay. So you weren't doing those couple minutes.
But I was already at my 10-day mark of where I would need to get induced.
Because you were past?
I was already past due. Oh. So when I got my contractions, I think because I was already past due, I put in my head, this is labor time because you can't wait any longer for the labor at that point because I'm already past due. So I felt like in my head, I was like, my contractions start, that means labor started. And now I'm counting a clock at this point. And so like, I feel like
psychologically,
I think I psyched myself out and I like with myself when I started counting the clock and stuff because I think I put a stress on my body and what I expected the time frame to be. And like I knew my mom had like a 14-hour labor, so I was like, okay, like it might be about a 14-hour labor.
Oh my gosh.
Like, and then after 30 hours, I was like, okay, we're going to the hospital because I was like, I've been sitting here. We broke my water at my house.
At your house, yeah.
And
were you in the bath? Were you in the tub?
I was doing the whole tub thing.
Wow.
And
so you were sitting there for how long?
I mean, it was like in and out, in the tub, in the shower, in the bed and stuff. I threw up twice.
Oh no. Were you in pain?
Oh yeah. It was the pain where it's like you don't fucking, someone tries to talk to you and I was like,
Oh, you were calm. I screamed.
Oh no, I was screaming, but I mean, like, I was like, I can't hear anything you're fucking saying.
I was cursing on everyone. Like, and I'm not like that. I'm not like that. I don't know.
I had a really bad experience as well as like with my midwife. I got really fucking pissed because she like was doing computer work while I was laboring. So I come out in the living room and I hear fucking of her nails clapping on her keyboard
while you're having contractions.
And I'm in labor, and I was like, this bitch.
Oh no!
Like,
and this is like your personal midwife.
This is
it's not like
my midwife.
Yeah.
And now I feel forced back into my bedroom. And when I was trying to like come out into the living room, and I wanted to be able to like go outside, and she just reclused me back because I was like, your keyboards. You have no value of my personal space, and as a midwife, you should be understanding, and you should have never even opened your laptop.
You said
like, no, that's how I feel.
Okay, yeah.
That's how I feel, and I was just like, I was very upset. And then even after I ended up having to go to the hospital, they didn't like follow up with me after.
Wait, what?
Yeah, and like they're like Instagram.
Famous, like a lot of followers.
Yeah, and I was like really upset with how I was treated and how they never followed up with how Emma was doing. Or
that's crazy.
They never came back to my house for like, the follow-up meetings or whatever.
Or they didn't even go to the hospital with you?
My doula went to the hospital.
So you had a midwife and a doula. What's the difference?
The doula is the one who like helps you during so she's the one who like massages you, is getting your water. She's the one who's like taking care of you, where the midwife is like helping the birthing of the baby and making sure like the baby, they're kind of like the doctor.
So there would be no doctor in a home birth?
No. No doctor.
Why did you decide to do that? Or why did you want to do that?
I didn't want to feel like I was forced into anything that I didn't want to be forced into at the hospital and stuff like that. So I think, and like I wanted to be able to like be at the comfort of my home and the freedom of my will. And I knew that they would be some hours long. So I was like, okay, like I don't want to be like stuck there for like 14 hours, just like in a little room that feels unnatural, and maybe my labor will be delayed because I'm in this like unfamiliar environment. Yeah. And so I wanted to try and do it at home, and we did try to do it at home, but it just wasn't progressing the way that I felt like it needed. And then after 30 hours, and also like I'm hungry as haven't slept. I've already thrown up twice. And so then we get to the hospital, labor for like another 13. And then I got a fever. And that's why I needed a C-section. I started to get a fever. And the doctor was like, you're starting to put the baby at risk of getting a temperature if now that you have a temperature.
So then you did a C-section.
And then 2 hours after, we were prepped into surgery.
Was this a doctor? Did you see a doctor at all through your pregnancy then?
Yes. Okay. I lied to my doctor and told him that he was the only go-to doctor. I also lied to him and didn't tell him that I broke my own water. I told him that we
broke
because then I think it's malpractice and they can't work on me. So I was like, what the so then you're just gonna let me have a baby in the street?
Is that really?
I don't know. I was like, it was fucking weird.
I feel like they have to if you're like having a fever and you're birthing. Yeah.
I was like, what the are you guys talking about? You're not going to see me.
That's interesting. I never thought about that. Yeah.
Like, there's some like weird rules or something. So I just lied to everyone.
You got to do what you got to do when you got to get that
baby out. Exactly. And the doctor that I got, I actually made sure he was skilled in C-sections because Lena, how she talked about how her scar, like it like messed with her like self-conscious and stuff. So I was like, so I found a doctor who was like vaginal reconstruction surgery guy, OBGYN. Because I was like, if anything happens, he can do it. Make me look good.
That's why I liked my doctor. He specializes in like C-section. Did it like within like 10 minutes. My scar is so tiny. I have bigger scars on my boobs than my C-section. It's like crazy. So it is important to get because it can mess you up. I mean, I have so many scars on my body, so it didn't matter to me. But if you have you never had surgery, right? So to have like a scar there, all of a sudden you're probably like, oh, does it bother you, or are you just?
It only bothers me because it timestamps my porn that I've shot after having my daughter.
Oh, yeah.
That's the only thing that I don't like is that timestamp.
That's why I stopped because I used to post like nudes and nude whatever solo stuff, and then I kind of stopped because I was like, oh yeah, people will. It's not even people. It's also just me. I just struggled so hard with. I love being nude. I love doing solo stuff. I loved it, but I just struggled so hard with it. And now being a mom, I'm like, I don't know. It's just kind of. And I don't see anything wrong with it, but I always was just like, oh, I don't know, I'm a mom. And then like also C-section, there's like a C-section like fetish, and it kind of made me feel a little weird about it.
Yeah.
You know, where they want to see like stuff on it.
Anytime I see a comment who's like, I love your new scar, I'm like, shut up, leave me alone. I feel so violated.
No, that one is the only one. I say yuck over nothing, but I'm like, ugh, like stop. That's disgusting.
So, talk about my gaping butthole all you want. My C-section's gonna leave it alone. That's personal.
They call mine a gaping butthole, and I like never do anal. I like think I tried once and it got like a little bit in there, and I'm just like, why mine's not gaping? But people love to say it.
Yeah, they fantasize about it. That's what it is.
It's definitely not gaping.
They Photoshop any pictures they can, or a dark hole.
That's
in the middle.
interesting. The timestamp thing. I never thought about that, but that's kind of what I thought in theory. And then when he said, it, I was like, oh yeah, that's how I felt too.
Yeah,
it's kind of
it's just a personal thing.
Yeah, because it's just so hard, and I'm just like, oh man, I don't know. But being a mom, I mean, you know, either way, it's like I've done it, so at this point, it doesn't even like matter. But
yeah,
it's just like, what do you do? I don't know. Because I also like, there's been people who wanted to collab, and I'm like, oh, it sounds so fun. But then my body changed so much too after my pregnancy. I still feel pregnant. I carry it so high, so it's so high up here. So I just look like I have a pregnant belly the whole time, you know. But you didn't do any adult stuff while you were pregnant, right?
I did like a couple of girls, but no.
But not like fully.
No, anything I did was like
early.
In like baggy clothes.
Oh.
So like if I did anything, it was not selling the fact that I was pregnant.
That's interesting. I just thought it was like so beautiful. Like I was just like, I didn't see anything wrong with it, but I did get a lot of criticism for it. I was just like, I thought it was just pretty. I wasn't doing anything with anyone. I just thought taking nude photos are beautiful.
I wanted to do that and stuff, but I felt like I couldn't because I knew how people look at me. So I knew that they're like sexualizing that. So I didn't want that. So there was like, I only did like one, like the nude photo with the Patty Orthon. She's like one of the famous like family Instagram photographers.
Yours
or whatever.
was so pretty.
Thank you. Yeah, it was super beautiful. But like that, I was like, okay, that's very artistic. That's like artsy. That's like, it's like, you could tell it's very much a maternity shoot. It's not like just me in the bathroom.
Right.
Because I feel like I have lost those rights now as a person. Like being in the public eye, I don't think I have the same ability to do that. And that it's looked upon the same. And I don't want my daughter, like I have the photos in my camera roll. Like they exist. They're just not online. So it's like my daughter will see that I was very confident and loved myself and cherished my body during that time. But like she'll see that I didn't share it with the world because of the creator I am, and I share so much of myself. I don't think they should get that.
What do you say? Because I get this, I was getting these questions a lot. Like, oh, your daughter's going to grow up. She's going to be bullied. She's going to be this. Like, what do you say to that?
I mean, a lot of the times it's like everyone's going to be bullied. I was bullied as a kid. Like, I'm sure you were probably bullied.
Yeah.
Like everyone gets bullied. And I mean, and the reality is like, the only reason that kids would be bullying my kid is because of the parents. Why would a child know what I do for a living?
Yeah.
Why would a child know me for anything other than Emma's mom? That's the only thing that they should know me as. Yeah. So if a child has any further information, that is because of the parents' fault, and that was poor parenting. Yeah. So in the end, it results in falls down to poor parenting, not to my child or my decisions in life.
And I feel like, I know with my daughter, I'm like, she'll be like the most open-minded person because like people will say that stuff and judge and stuff like that. I just, she'll be just so open-minded with anything. She wouldn't judge other people, I just feel like those kids, like you said, that get by their parents and judge and stuff like that, like judging a kid for their parent, it's just so.
Yeah, because how would they know?
Yeah.
How would they know what I do?
Right.
There would be no fucking reason that they would know. Obviously, up until a certain age, when she hits like 13 years old, now it starts to get a little tricky. But like at that point, she'll already know like what I'm doing, and we'll have some sort of relationship between that. But that's also another reason why I think about having another kid, so that my daughter isn't alone in her experiences in life. Because I do realize it is challenging to have not me as a mother, but an adult performer as a mother. And so I feel like being able to provide her a companion to experience those things in life is important. Yeah. And so that's something we've thought about as well.
I think that's a we too, because I feel like one is very tough. I'm like, oh my God, I could be one and done, but it's like, to have that experience and And also just later in life when we're not around forever, you know, you just want to, I don't know. Because I talked to so many only children and they felt that they had to start a family very quickly and stuff like that.
Really?
Because, yeah, like I talked to this one girl and she, you know, she was the only child and when her parents died, I just felt like I had to start a family because I didn't have family. You know what I mean? So
interesting.
Are you close with your family? Like your parents? You talk about your dad a lot. Is he still like active? Like is he with Emma a lot?
Well, he lives in Georgia, so no. But yeah, I was actually talking to him on the phone today on my way to the class. I was like, I have an hour-long drive. I'm gonna call my dad.
Oh, cute. So you guys are close. You guys are still close. Because I saw like maybe it was an older interview. You talked about your stepmom.
We weren't close for a few years. I wasn't close with any of my family. Once I like got into porn, they kind of all disowned me and I disowned them, and there was just like wasn't a relationship, and nobody could quite understand why I made the decisions, nor could they understand that I was like happy and thriving. Yeah. They just decided for me that I was miserable and unsuccessful. Oh my God, that you were like forced to do it or something. Yeah, exactly. Miserable. Yeah. And I remember like my auntie crying me calling, and I was like, why are you crying? Like, you're acting like I'm here against my will. Right. Like, this is really bizarre, and you're freaking me out with your own fucking issues.
Yeah, and it's not like you have your name. Like, my name was like, I used Paytas, so like all the Paytases out there, they get like some hate, but you weren't using a family name or anything, so why were they upset?
I don't know. They're just, it's weird, but no, I have a pretty good relationship with my father, and he's not as active with Emma as we would like.
He's far,
but
right?
He's far.
How did you mend it? Because I had the same situation. I talked to my dad for a long time. How did you mend it?
I think it was like.
Was it just
time? Because with my mom, I was able to mend it with my daughter. And so,
interesting. So you weren't talking to your mom for a while, and then when she came, that's beautiful though.
Just because I was like, well, if my daughter has a kid and she's pissed off at me and she's like, you're not going to meet my kid, I would be so heartbroken. Right. Could you imagine if Malibu was mad at you and is like, you're not meeting your granddaughter?
That's my biggest fear. She like hates me one day. That's why I try to do as much as I can with her. Yeah, that's amazing though, because a lot of people aren't like that. You know, they hold that from them. Is your mom local? Does she live close to you?
No. None of our family is local.
Right.
Fortunately, thank God.
Yeah, there's benefits to it for sure. You have your own family.
I like my space.
Yeah, but that's cool. That's amazing that like that brought you guys back together.
Yeah, I think that's like. So I even told my mom at one point where it was like, because I forced myself, and then like I told my mom, I was like, I forced myself to talk to you, but now I'm enjoying it. Like now, like I look forward to calling you and stuff. Cause like, I was like, I want to be vulnerable and I want to be honest. And I want to tell her like, hey, I'm actually enjoying these calls now. Just so you know.
Oh
like,
my gosh. That's amazing. That gives like so much hope. Cause I know so many people come from like families and like, I was the same way with my dad. We didn't talk for so long. And then I'm like, but there's hope. And now we're really close. You know, we're super close. He's really great with my daughter and stuff like that. But it just takes a minute sometimes. So I was like, if you have bad family, maybe it'll come around. Not that you always like forget everything that happened in the past, but you just like move forward.
Yeah. And sometimes it's not meant to be.
That's true. I mean, there's some crazy cases for sure. Yeah. And then you just like cut people off completely. I'm both. I see both sides. I'm like, well, it's family, try to work it out. But at the same time, it's like sometimes family is just shit, you know?
Yeah. I don't think that just because someone is family that you should force yourself to be in a traumatic relationship or a toxic relationship. And so I think it's really important to like value yourself and the energy that's coming to you. And even if it's family, if it's toxic, it's toxic. It doesn't matter. You need to protect yourself and your own energy. And I have some family that is like that. And to me, it's actually important for me to show Emma that like I value myself more than I value myself enough to not put myself in these toxic environments, even though it's my family. I'm not going to let myself feel succumbed by guilt or pressure in society to force a relationship to happen that is not healthy. No, and that you hear about that a lot. It's like stay with them, or even like with marriages, if people are like, oh, people give up on marriage too easily. I'm like, but you don't know. They could be getting like hit or something behind the scenes. Yeah. So it's better to just cut it off when it's not healthy. Exactly. When it's not feeding you what you need, then it's better to just
cut it off. You're very like, you talk a lot about energy and that kind. Are you like spiritual? Do you have like a spiritual practice?
No, I'm not.
You very are energy though. You're very that.
I'm like, I believe in energy, I guess, in more of like a scientific way, not like a spiritual way.
Like a Big Bang Theory, we're all like energy creating energy.
Yes, exactly.
But it is kind of spiritual because it's like positive energy creates positive energy and negative.
I mean, I guess, but it's not like this like mystical being type thing. It's like I just feel like that there's like energy transfers and stuff like that, and so like, and I just truly believe in that, and like I feel like there's like these frequencies that we are not aware of that we're all on and stuff, and so It's like, even like when it's like you think of someone and then they call you or whatever. It's like you guys were on a frequency that is like not knowledgeable to any of our naked eyes or our information. Like, we just don't know.
That's why I feel like science and spirituality connects. I had a whole spiritual awakening 3 years ago, and like that's what I learned so much about. It's like frequencies. Like they talk a lot about it, and like Abraham Hicks and like those kind of things in The Secret. And it's like frequencies, vibrations. How you're like, if you change your frequency, you can all be on this different vibrations, and you feel it. You feel the energy. It's like when you DM me, I literally was just like, that's crazy, because I don't think you had followed me. I was following you, and I was just like, oh my god, that's so weird. I had followed you for so long. I saw Emma's birthday and stuff like that. It's like, oh my god, our daughters are the same, but we just lost touch. So I was like, it's kind of weird to like reach out. So then when you reached out to me, I was like, oh my god, I literally have been like watching every single thing you do. It was like really cool. It was such a cool like synergy, I guess, or energy, I guess you could say.
No, I mean, it's really cool to see people, and like, obviously it's like very casual in life to just like, you bounce around and you meet people. We like met like briefly and everything like that. And so like, I think it's so cool to see how different our lives were just a couple years ago and to where they are now.
Crazy.
And like to see you also with the little girl, I was like so thrilled for you and everything like that. I remember seeing your guys' wedding photos and I was like, that's so badass. It was so cool.
It was right after yours. It was like a couple months after yours. So it was like very parallel.
Yeah, but you're such a fun character in like the type of the way that you live your life and the way you go in your journey of life is always just really cool and really interesting. And so when I saw that you were doing your podcast now and everything, I was like, oh my gosh, like I would love to get on it. I was like dying at what's the name of that person that you had on?
Which one?
Her with the wig.
With the wig. Terry Jo.
Yes.
Yes.
Terry Jo.
Terry Jo's amazing.
Terry Jo had me dying.
Did you know that character from TikTok?
No.
Oh, really?
I just saw it on your podcast, and I was like, oh, this Terry Jo character is funny.
She's crazy on TikTok. She'd be on like TikTok lives and stuff like that. And after I gave birth, I like went live with her. She's just like so crazy, so funny.
Oh, so
That's why I love TikTok. They have this whole new realm of influencers, just like people like just so random.
Oh yeah, like the NPC thing.
Did you do that?
No.
Oh, you would have been so good. I did it. I love the NPC trend because it was so easy. You make like thousands of dollars in like an hour. Like it was so cool.
So I've never done TikTok live. You just
Wait, really?
No.
Oh my god, it's fun. It's so much fun. People, I used to do OF live, right? And I was like, this is pretty good. You make like $1,000 for like an hour, but TikTok live you can make like $6,000 an hour.
Wow.
Yeah, just literally doing nothing. But the NPC one was great because the idea was like you get a gift and you eat a hot dog, and hot dog, I have no idea what they equate to. Maybe $1, maybe $5. I have no, maybe a penny. I don't know. But people keep sending gifts, and you just keep talking about the gifts, so you get all this like. And I kind of felt bad because on one hand you're just like, oh my god, I don't want to take like $1 from somebody, but it's kind of fun. It was, I don't know. I'm always like a hustler deep down too. I love to just hustle for money for anything. So I'm not above doing something for $1. I'm like, give me the hot dog.
Yeah.
And I guess it's like sexual in nature, I guess a little bit, but not really. It was more just like a robot, like a fantasy, which, oh my God, you should do TikTok live. But I guess you don't. You do so much other stuff.
No, I might have to try it sometime. It sounds interesting.
My God, it's fun and it's wild. TikTok just has like wild people. It's a whole different
Can
audience
you make money on it even if you're like not monetized on it?
Yeah. I think, right? Anyone can make money off TikTok live. But I think you're there. I mean, you're there. I know.
I have followers, but like I don't know.
You're not a creator program or anything like that.
I don't think that they let me.
No, you can just apply because you have the followers. They will. They for sure, because you're not like adult on TikTok.
Yeah, I don't know.
Are you?
People hate me
On
everywhere.
TikTok? No.
Everywhere.
No, people love you.
They only like
comments.
me in person.
You are such a good personality. You're such good energy. But that's what's cool about you because you are a girl's girl, but I also love that you go for the guys too because I'm so anti-men and I kind of love that you're also like, guys are okay. Coming from someone who's done porn and been like, taken advantage of. Like, I think that's like, because I think people think porn stars and they think like, oh, they probably, strippers, they end up being like lesbian. They like don't like men, and stuff like that. And
yeah, I mean, it happens sometimes. But yeah, no, I like guys. I like men.
I love that. I love that about you. And I'm like, oh, you know what? We're going to turn this around. We're going to be more pro that.
Yeah, I think it's important.
No, it is. There's some good ones. Moses is a good one. Pasha seems like a good one. I love that.
I like it. She's like, he seems like a good one.
I mean, I don't know. I say someone's a good person, then they turn out to be like this horrible. I'm like, I don't know. No, he's like an angel. Like, just dating you would be very difficult, getting all that hate and stuff like that. So I'd love that
I'm a difficult person to date without the hate.
Right.
I'm a challenging woman.
It's a lot. But the fact that you guys did that like circus at your wedding, I was just like, oh, this is like fun energy. This is good energy. You guys are so like good together. I think it's such a beautiful thing. Where do you see yourself in like ideally 5 years if you had like the perfect life vision?
I mean, my goal in life right now would be to have like a cartoon. So I would love to have a cartoon.
I saw you were talking about doing TV shows.
Yeah.
Is it actually happening? Because I heard you talking about this.
I like have been working on it off and on for the last few years and stuff. So like I took a break because of the whole like writer's strike and everything like that, because I was like planning on trying to take stuff more seriously. But hopefully now I can get to take it to someone who wants to like maybe buy it out or something. But I've been working on it for a long time. So it's like,
you have animators with you, like helping you? The fact that you can find these people, it's amazing. Like you just have this idea and you're like, what do you do? Go on LinkedIn and you're like, I'm looking for animators?
I don't know. I just somehow find people.
Wow.
Like I feel very lucky. I have like some like guardians in the galaxy who help me in life, and they like, you know, they help my paths and stuff like that.
See, that's spiritual. I know you're saying science, Guardians of the Galaxy, but there's also like angels or something like that.
No, I know.
It's all the same, I think. Yeah.
There's definitely something that like helps me in life and brings certain things in alignment.
Which is like amazing. And would it be an adult cartoon or a kid's cartoon? Like Stripperella?
Adult. Yeah, it would be an adult cartoon.
Would it be you?
Not necessarily. It's kind of like based on porn all in a whole. So it'd just be kind of like a funny cartoon and like all of the crazy, stupid things. And I want it to be cartoon so that we can exaggerate all of the unrealistic things that people say are happening in adult. So.
I wonder where that would live. Like, I guess like adult, like Cartoon Network used to have like Stripperella or something.
Like my dream is Adult Swim. Wow. I don't know if Adult Swim or like a Comedy Central, like South Park. Like if I could be in like a South Park and then my show comes on, or my show and then South Park after. Like,
yeah, yours would come on at like midnight, I feel, after it. That would be like so cool.
Yeah,
oh my
that's
God.
like my
Who does
dream.
South Park? Maybe we should contact them.
Oh, I forget their names. It's like those two guys, but it's on Comedy Central.
It's not Seth MacFarlane's not. I don't know anything about these cartoons.
No, Seth MacFarlane is the Family Guy.
Oh. I thought South Park was someone
it's
famous
the other two guys who went to like one of those awards, like High on Acid. I don't know. Do you know what I'm talking about? The guys from South Park.
Oh, we know Matt. I know none of these. I don't know any of the adult
I know
cartoons.
what they look like.
Oh my God, well, call them up. I feel like if anyone could do it, you could. Just send a little DM.
Yeah, maybe.
That would be crazy. And you're working on other TV shows too.
I was working on another one. Sadly, none of the companies wanted to buy it.
Was it reality, scripted?
It was a scripted show. And so sadly it didn't work out, but that's okay.
It'll come around. I know. I always like pitch myself, like this show too. I always pitch, no one wanted it, and then I'm like, I'll just do it myself. And then sometimes it's bigger that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
People don't see your vision like you see your vision.
Yeah,
you know.
Yeah,
that's why you just do things yourself, like your 18+ clothing.
Yeah, exactly. But sometimes I feel like it would be really cool to be able to bring it because they will have tools that I just simply don't. And like, I think there's certain times where I'd be willing to like forfeit things so that it can be more and be greater and.
Yeah, I think it's like also they look for certain things at certain times. Like, you know, cooking shows were all the rage.
Yeah.
And then like, well, we're not looking for cooking shows anymore. We're looking for this. So.
Yeah, like with a show that like we were just pitching, they were like, oh, this is like too like uplifting. Like everybody wants to watch like, you know, drama and crazy fucking true crime.
Yeah, that
based
is
on a real story type stuff.
Yeah, it's so like dark. I know, I miss those days of like
really
feel
into
good.
dark. Yeah.
Like were you pitching like Seventh Heaven or something?
I mean, kind of.
I
like,
love that. I
kind
miss
of
those shows.
like an adult type of, like a sitcom type of adult show. But
they'll come back. Those will come back, I think, because I miss those. We watch like Home Improvement at night, and I'm just like, oh God, these shows were so good, you know?
Yeah, like, but I tried watching like the Ted Lasso. I can't fucking do that.
There's no new shows. Are there any that you watch? I can't do Ted Lasso. I can't. We tried that one.
I really liked this one show on Netflix called Happy, where it's a guy and his kid gets kidnapped and her imaginary friend comes to the dad to try to get like saved from like the bad guys who kidnapped her. It's actually really good because it's like an adult comedy and there's like a funny little imaginary friend. And
I never heard of this.
It's a lot of action and cursing and crazy. And certain scenes I had to look away because I was like, oh my God, I can't watch this. It's too much.
Oh my gosh. Is there anyone famous in it?
I think the guy is a famous actor, but like I don't know him. But he's like one of those like, oh, you're like, oh yeah, like I've seen him.
Yeah, right. Just know the face. I know because there's everything like Euphoria 2 is really dark. I didn't watch it. I watched like 3 episodes. I'm like, this is so dark. I can't watch it. It was like drugs and high school kids having sex. I'm like, this is a lot.
Yeah, Euphoria was like.
Did you watch it?
I did, and like I felt like I was like, is this too unrealistic?
Yeah.
Like,
or some people say too realistic. They say sometimes that happens. I don't know. Someone's like, it's dark.
Who, you were like, in what school are they even allowed to dress like that?
Well, that's true. That whole part. I guess people having sex in high school. I'm like, I wasn't having sex in high school, so I don't know. But maybe that's how it is now.
Wait, but like you were sexually active? Like
not really in high school.
Age? No,
not until after. Were you?
I was having orgies in
high school. Oh my gosh! I think I was very horny, but I wasn't having sex.
Yeah, no, I was definitely very sexually active, but like I just don't think it was to that crazy extreme of like
yeah.
But I don't know. I guess maybe. I mean, yeah. Actually, I did have like a friend who like overdosed from drugs.
Oh, so you lived the euphoria.
Yeah.
That's real then.
Yeah, maybe.
Oh my God, that's actually sad. I mean, not laughing because it's just like, no, but sad. That's really sad because I don't know. Well, you were in Florida too, so that makes sense. I'm like in the Midwest, like no one's doing anything back there.
Yeah. I grew up at like 15 years old going to all age clubs. Like,
oh my gosh. Yeah. And your parents didn't care? They're just like, well, you kind of said they were kind of. Oh.
And I'm like, I'm going so.
You were like the bad girl.
Oh, yeah.
Were you?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I was like so good. I like anything breaking the rules I didn't like.
Oh, no. I broke the rules, but I was like still like good in like my schoolwork and stuff. But like,
you were balanced.
Yeah.
Interesting because you're so like cute and goody now. I wouldn't think that you would have been like a bad girl back then.
No, I would smoke weed at school in the bathrooms. I was like, nah. But like I would do it, but I was still good in class where like my teachers would be like, did you bring pop brownies to class today? So like they they would like tease me for my stoner self, but like also like I didn't ever get in trouble for it.
Wow.
Like,
yeah, because you were like functioning.
I was like in honors classes, like taking college classes in my high school.
Wow.
But just smoking weed and having a lot of sex.
That's kind of your personality now, though. You're like so smart, but also like wild party girl. I kind of love it, and I love that you're a mom and you still have like your like wild personality. Like you still have the outgoing. You'll talk about anything. Like I love that. I feel like I kind of like subdued myself a little bit. I'm like, well, I'm a mom. I shouldn't say like wild things.
I mean, certain things I think are good. Like, I wish that I had a better filter now. I wish I would have started my filter when I was pregnant because some of the stuff that I say, I was like, I shouldn't have said that. Like,
how do you do with the swearing around your daughter?
We have a bleep jar.
You do? Okay.
Yeah.
I know that was like the hardest thing. It's like, oh my gosh, like, because she picks up everything. Like, she's only like a year and a half or a year and like 1 month, and she like picks up everything.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my God. Even stuff we say to each other, I'm like, one day she's going to repeat this. I'm like, let's just not say anything because you never know. They pick up everything. They understand a lot too.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
And I know it's like an uncommon thing, but it's like I also am porn. So it's like I have phone calls where I'm like talking about porn and gangbangs and anal. And I was like, that's added to the bleep jar. I can't say anal.
Yeah. Or like checking the computer,
and
anything.
It's my last like almost 20 years of my life has been like this. So
and now you start paying that money into your money jar, your bleep jar.
Exactly.
That's
my
wild.
Dirty money in my bleep jar.
There's a lot of dirty money, so who cares? Did you ever act? Did you ever do like mainstream acting?
No.
You wouldn't?
I couldn't. I feel like I would be like one of those like Matthew McConaughey's. I play myself. Like I don't think I could play a character.
I think you would be so good. I mean, it's kind of cliche because I guess porn stars do this as like horror movies. You know? Oh
yeah.
I feel like they kind of.
I think I could do a horror movie, but I still feel like I would have a hard time playing a character that's not
not you,
not my personality.
Well, I think people would cast you for someone that's your personality. Maybe you're not Riley Reid. Maybe you're playing like Danielle or something in there, but it's like your character. You know?
Yeah. Because even in like porn acting, it's like I played a detective, and I'm like fucking kind of.
But you're good at it. No, you were always good at acting. I mean, you commit. I watched those. I was like, wow, I could never. I would just laugh and giggle. I would never be able to.
Totally did.
Yeah, like how you take it seriously. But you do. You take it so seriously, which is like good. Yeah. I think you should be. I think you should do that. I feel like that's like your calling because it's like you're so good. Would you ever do like a Real Housewives or reality show or anything like that?
I would love to be on The Circle for
what is that?
Netflix. The Circle. You haven't seen it?
We're Netflix people too. We do Ultimatum Love Is Blind. What is The Circle?
The Circle is like it's like so you have to be like the most popular and you can be like a catfish in the game. So you have like an online profile. You're all like in like the house apartment building, but you have a profile and you're either playing yourself or you're playing a catfish. And a lot of people will play the catfish, and you get like voted off by like being popular and who likes you and who doesn't. And you know, a lot of times you're talking to someone and I think it's Trisha, but it's actually fucking Moses pretending to be Trisha.
Wait, like you can change your voice or something?
No, it's just like all on like DMs.
But it's a TV show, so they're like filming you typing?
And you're like living in the apartment and you're like, Circle, take me to my Circle chat.
What? I've never heard of this.
It's so good. I'm obsessed with The Circle.
It's just like random people.
Yeah, it's just random people.
Oh my God. And they have different seasons?
Some of them on Instagram.
Really?
Like I was like, oh my God, I love some of them.
Oh my God. And anyone can apply like for a different season?
I've applied. I don't think I
Wait,
don't know.
you have applied and they haven't asked you to be on it?
No.
Oh my God. I would die to see you on one of those shows.
I even was like, circle. This gives you an opportunity to like let people see how they judge a book by the cover. Are they going to judge me for being a porn star? Or are they going to accept me for who I am?
That is good. That's a good pitch. Netflix, get on it.
Come on,
oh my
Netflix.
God. I would watch it. Because at first I was like, what? But seeing you on there, I'm just shocked that they haven't. Oh my God, what a job.
It's such a fun. It's my favorite reality show because it's not like the lovey-dovey bullshit type ones. Like it's like just like it's like trying to win all the money. So sometimes
you win money too.
Yeah, you win $100,000 if you get voted the most popular.
Fun.
So that's why it's fun. You try to cause drama. You know,
you would be so good at it.
I would have so much fun.
Oh my God.
I would only be worried about getting voted off too quickly because I want to cause some drama.
That would be so fun. But you're like have a cuteness to you too, so people want to keep you around. Also, I feel like Netflix would want to keep you around. The show people would want to keep you around because you're entertaining. Because I wonder if they have a say in it at all. You know, like Love is Blind. They say sometimes like they have a say who's entertaining, keep around or something.
It makes sense.
They might keep you around. But I guess if it's winning money, then they probably couldn't do that because then it'd be like...
But I wouldn't let myself win the money. I would only want to do it. No, I would want someone else to win.
Oh, I don't want to win the money.
No,
I play the jackpot. I'm like, give me the money. I want to win it.
I feel like it's not fair because I make too much money.
Right.
And then it's like some of these people are like regular people. So
we could always donate it if you felt guilty. I don't want to win just to win. I'd be like, I don't want to lose.
No, I mean like I'm gonna know I won just by being there
on the show.
On the show, I'm a winner.
I like that.
I've already won.
I kind of live for that actually. You just want to go for the experience.
Yeah, I think it'd just be so fun to cause drama.
Oh my God, I want to see you on that show.
Needless drama for no reason.
Oh my God, I love that. Oh my God. That's why I'm surprised you never did like social media more because you could be so much drama on there.
Oh, I used to. Back in the day, like in like the 2015 days, there was like girls in porn who were just like, we were arch enemies.
Wait,
and
really?
like, I remember like once posting like my fleshlight next to like a girl I hated to her fleshlight, and she had a fleshlight, but it was like with a company, like a knockoff company.
Okay, not the
so
official.
Like, so her fleshlight looks all fucking like, you know, not cute.
Right.
It's not good material.
Doesn't feel real.
And then she would always be fucking throwing shade at me. So I would post my fleshlight next to her fleshlight, being like, "Which pussy would you rather?"
Oh my God.
Being like,
that's fun drama though. I feel like that's cute.
Yeah.
Was she into it or no?
Oh,
Did you actually hate her? What was the drama? What was the beef?
She was just not a nice girl.
Okay. If they're mean, then I get that.
She was just like a mean. Yeah, she would like write blog posts being like, all 8 of these girls in porn.
Oh my
and it
gosh.
was like, you're crazy.
Yeah, that's why it would scare me about porn is people like judging. Like when they talk about that, when I had Holly on, she was talking about the Playboy Mansion, how they'd all have orgies and judge each other's bodies. Like they would like make fun of each other. I know, and I was like, oh my God. She goes, yeah, people would like body shame you while you're having sex with you. And I was like, oh my God, that's my biggest fear. And they're all so skinny to get in there. I'm like, who's body shaming who? That's like my biggest fear. Or especially mine. I had a flashlight. Woo, it would look crazy. Mine looks insane.
Oh,
mine looks like a little gray tuna fish or something.
No.
What do they call like a fupa too? Like a fupa or fatty? I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like, it's squishy and I don't like it. I'm like, God, I see girls, I always talk about this, like with like I call it a slot. It's just a slot. There's nothing there. And I'm like, how wonderful would that be?
No, I don't like it. I like there to be some cushion to the pushing.
Because when you wear a swimsuit, when I wear a swimsuit, you just see, there's just so much
I look
V.
like I have balls.
Yeah. Wait, what?
Because I have a fat pussy.
You do?
So it's like, it looks like.
Oh, I see what you mean. Like thick.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's like, it looks like, some guys are like, what's that?
Interesting. You're so tiny. I mean, obviously I've seen it, but I'm just like, oh my God, that's interesting. I guess it's just genetics then.
Yeah.
I always think, when you say fat, I always just think like, you have to be fat to have a fat one. But
no, that's just, there's extra fat down there.
Do you ever, you never get self-conscious? I get self-conscious of swimsuit. I'm always just like, there's never enough fabric to cover me. So I'm always just have a little bit hanging out. Like, we see your vagina. I'm like, it's just fat. It's not my vagina. Don't worry. But you love it. I mean, honestly, you make your like living off your body. So you probably have all the confidence in the world.
I mean, I don't have all the confidence in the world, but like, I've just learned that it doesn't matter what I think. It matters what other people think.
That is true. And I will tell you, there is something for everyone. I still have a lot of loyal people on my OF that
You're
just
beautiful.
are obsessed. Oh, I've gained so much weight and people like it more. They're like, let's see your belly jiggle. I'm like, oh, and then I do it. I'm like, I don't like this because I don't like bellies. I don't like fat bellies. I'm like, but this is what I'm working with. So this is what we're selling. Although I cover the C-section part.
That's fair.
Wild.
That's fair. The C-section scar.
Oh my gosh. So I'm so excited to watch your journey. I'm so excited for Pasha's movie. I'm so excited for another baby for you. I know it's like annoying to hear people like, when's next baby? But we're so in baby making mode around. So I'm like, I have another baby.
I'm excited for us to have a play date. I think our little ladies are going to like each other.
Oh my God. That will be so much fun. Bring them over. We'll come to you. I know we're kind of far. You're like literally on the opposite end of the world. When you said you weren't coming, I like had it so far.
Oh no, it's okay. I mean, I'm open. We can come here sometime.
Yeah.
We can meet somewhere in the middle. We can go to a park or
that would be so
something.
Fun.
We should do something.
Because I always wonder, I'm like, when is she? Because we had a birthday for her too, but it's like we only know like older kids. I'm like, how do they meet these little baby friends?
Yeah, it's hard.
Like classes.
No, we have like we just like I know just like a handful of people who have kids. So it's like just like a few. There's one friend of mine who I was like, you should meet one of my friends because his son is named Rodeo.
No way.
And Malibu Barbie.
Malibu and Rodeo.
I was like, they need to be friends.
That's so cute. They're both locations in LA. That's a cute name. I love crazy names. I love that you went with Emma though, like a classic name, because I think in this world, like everyone is doing just the craziest names, like Elon Musk and Grimes. They have the craziest kid names. But Emma's just sweet and cute. Did you name her after someone?
No, I just thought it was like a really nice name. I actually wanted to name her Seven.
Pasha
did not want to name her Seven, but she was born on the 7th. So I kind of got a little bit of what I wanted.
Yeah. Oh, 7
See
is
that
cute.
universe thing working for me?
It makes it out. That is so cute. I love it. Yeah, I didn't have to convince him much on Malibu Barbie. It's like, he's like, okay, that's cute. I like it. Okay.
Did he just respect that it's your baby?
He loved it. No, because there was some that I was like, I want Sugar, I want Cookie. Like, I love these names. And he's just like, maybe Malibu, because he likes the ocean. So he's like, okay, we'll go with Malibu. I was like, okay.
Yeah, Malibu is a really nice name.
Thanks.
Yeah.
It's fun. I just always wanted that name as a kid. Like, when I was a stripper,
like you wanted that to be your name.
Oh, man. Growing up with Malibu Barbie, I probably lied to people and said my name was Barbie on, like, planes and stuff. And then, and then when I was a stripper, I had the name 10, and I loved that name because there was a really pretty girl in our class. TEN.
Oh, I love that.
It was such a good name, but I was like, God, I was a stripper for so many years with that name, so I'm like, I can't give her that name. So I was like, we'll do Malibu Barbie.
That's fair, because like I love the name Riley, but I can't name my daughter Riley.
Oh, Riley is such a good name, and honestly, like that's a really good name for a girl.
It is.
Yeah, but I feel like because I know you too, then I would think like Riley.
Yeah, you just associate the name with porn at this point.
Yeah, the connection. That's what's always hard is like also becoming a mom. Like I haven't seen Lena since like I had my baby too, and it's always like such a weird thing because it's like, oh, I don't know, like my porn life is like even if it was so short lived, it still feels like whatever. But I'm like, she has a baby too that I mean not baby, she's like a toddler now.
I know.
I have to see her
She's
too.
so tall. She looks like a 5-year-old child.
Oh my God,
I don't even think she's 3 yet.
Yeah, she is like grown.
She's tall.
Well, because Adam's tall too. Because Lena's so little and short.
I know. I see Lena posting, and she's like, next month she's gonna be taller than me.
That's crazy. I know. Oh my God. I know because I know she stopped posting her baby too. I guess at a certain age, I guess after 1, people stopped posting.
Yeah, I think she was saying the same things. Just like comments were not nice, and like, and it was like the same thing with us. Is like I stopped posting her face because people were posting Emma's face. Like they were like post her in like an article or a vlog or their YouTube video.
Yeah, that shit I don't like.
Yeah, I don't like that shit.
I consent to her face being out there, but when they would use it in like drama channels, I'm like, I didn't consent for you to use this way.
Yes, that's why I stopped showing Emma's face.
I get
because
like
people started posting it in other YouTube videos and stuff. And I was like, nah.
There should be like laws against that, especially like on
I
like
agree.
Yeah, like when they were posting on like Reddit and stuff, like you don't post her on there.
I agree.
The people on there, it's like I
agree, and it's like just because like I'm a celebrity doesn't mean that my child should automatically fall in those. Because it's like you release rights once you become a celebrity, but it's like the child should still be protected under those rights. Yeah, they don't consent to being a celebrity.
I agree with that. Like, yeah, people just make it. Sorry,
it's okay.
Our Halloween set is falling apart.
I think I've been like hanging out in the hand.
That's a little hand right there. Yeah, I was like, oh my God, it's moving. I'm so happy we reconnected. I hope my daughter's gonna have a play date.
Yes,
we're
please.
around literally whenever. I know you guys are very busy, but
same. Let us know.
Yeah, it would be so great to meet them. And I love it. Oh, thank you so much for coming on my podcast.
Thank you.
I was so happy to reconnect with you. I've always loved you and admired you. You helped my OF career so much. You helped us get this house basically. Our three tapes are still for sale on my OF.
Hell yeah.
You can see when I tag you, right? Because sometimes I
think so. Yeah.
I always wonder that. I'm like, God, are they probably like, why is she still selling this tape from 3 years ago?
You should always be selling that for the rest of your life. And to be honest, your daughter should be then selling it. And it's like
giving like the
generational wealth. Like I plan on all of my porn money to then just when I die is going to be when I make the most money. Yeah. So it better go to my daughter.
That's so smart. Keep it going. I wonder how you do that with OF. Maybe you have to sign like an agreement or give them the login, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like once you die, do they take it off?
Yeah. I could put you in touch with my estate planning person.
Oh, you have one?
Yeah.
I need to do that.
Setting it all up. Yeah.
That's so smart. Because I really want you to, because I was just like, you know what? This tape's from like 3 times we met. It's like sponsoring my whole like life, you know?
Yeah, honestly, it should be stuff that like just pays for all of your life to continue on.
No, it's a smart way to go.
And even if it just goes down to like $1,000 a month, it's like it's $1,000 a month that can be helping her.
Oh, for sure, it's something.
Yeah,
which is the greatest thing. That's why I do love OF, and I love this business. And you're very smart. You're very diversified, and I'm so inspired by you. I'm like, I gotta do more stuff. So, anyways, this is Riley Reid. Everyone, check her out. She's everywhere. She's on OF, Read My Lips, Ash Agency, 18 Plus Clothing. She's gonna have a cartoon on Cartoon Network. Married with a beautiful baby, so don't slide into her DMs or Pasha's. And hopefully we'll see you again soon.
Thank you so much for having me.